We can now be heard on the stream. Say hello to the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, stream.
And I'm good to go. Duke, thank you for your patience. Duke and Stuart, thank you very much.
We are very patient.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
I'm sick of asking. I'm just gonna start it.
Welcome yo to the veteran
I'm
game.
the potato.
Yesterday was the birthday of legendary Dutch flautist Frans Blumheim.
Don't believe the hype.
Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
Give us some money! As a gift! We want a gift! But only if it's money!
No! No, I said! I am your father! Put it back on!
You don't ever catch the dragon, Dad!
Before you have to press repeat, yo.
Take out your socket and your socket!
Hello and welcome to episode 564 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 564! What? Welcome, everybody. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
And we are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle, people. And even though it
That's-
says Phasmophobia on the screen on the Twitch, that's not what we're doing. We're recording a podcast right
That is
now.
not what we're doing. You could say that is a consequence of me having to go to the toilet. Thank you for reminding me about that, Duke. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime, you know, you had to flush, probably. There's another reminder about the toilet.
Multiple times. Anyway,
Reminding you about all sorts of things related to the toilet.
Wow, you guys are very nice.
I really want to see the new Borat, but I haven't because I'm not giving Jeff Bezos any Prime money. Fuck Amazon Prime.
I know, it's on Amazon exclusive.
And you can't. Well, I don't mind it being Amazon exclusive. I could just pay him $5 and watch it. But no, you have to subscribe to Prime.
anyway, before we get into that, I've seen Borat 2. It's okay. It's not as good as the first, but it's still very funny. The reason why you can hear us right now is because you've downloaded the show, and we thank you for that, don't we, Stu and
We
Duke?
do.
Yes, we do. We
all
thank
the
you for that.
time. We appreciate
And if you
every
want,
download.
you can cancel your Sunday night plans and listen to us live on YouTube and Twitch right now, which is what we're doing. And the chat is on fire tonight. As you can see, that nobody has said anything in the chat because we started the stream
Nobody.
literally 2 seconds ago because I was taking a dump. Did I mention I was taking a dump? No.
You did mention about the dump.
You successfully did battle with the toilet demons.
I beat
Yeah,
it.
well,
I beat it.
We know about bloody battling with Chinny's toilet.
I
flipping
beat
heck.
it. Hey, my toilet is now
No.
very, very capable these days. Very.
No
very-
shit goes around that YouTube, I tell you.
I tell you what, there's plenty of more shit that goes through that than on this show.
Have you had it fixed? Have you had something
Yeah,
done?
it's all been fixed. It's all been fixed. I've been decorating today, Stu. Decorating.
Ooh, all right.
Decorating.
Wow, what is the matter with you? You're building sheds, fucking painting paint.
The other day,
I don't
somebody
know
was
what happened.
backing up their car, and I clearly gave them instructions of how to back it up and how far. I felt like a right man.
You just sound like that.
Yeah, farther. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. It's fine. So yeah, I was decorating the bathroom. There's no real massive story other than I bought some paint and painted the ceiling and the hall ceiling.
Well, that
So-
does sound like a story
My
time.
favorite time. It's story time.
Story time.
But this week, well, the week that. The week that we're gonna buy some bathroom cabinets, some new bathroom. It's all kicking off.
Ooh. Wow, all kicking off in your little bathroom.
So, and then Tara's picked a colour. I went for braver colour. We had those testers. You know those testers that you buy.
Yeah.
I mean,
pots.
you wouldn't buy them because they're £1.60 a pop, so you wouldn't do that. But anyway,
I'm not paying money for that, man. I just go here, put a bit of paint on my face.
exactly.
There you go.
So
Okay, what do you reckon?
anyway, we bought these testers. Tara picked 2 colours. I picked 2 colours. I went for braver colours. I went for like more bold colours, and it's clear that I was wrong because I'm a man and the women are always right.
So what colour did you go for? What
think-
colour?
I went for like kestrel mint or something weird like that.
Escrow mint.
I don't know what it was
People who
called.
know 30 Rock will recognize when I say it. No, lemon, it has to be elk tongue.
But it was basically a kind of limey green or a quite deep blue.
So, well, I mean, if it's in the UK, it's got to be limey green.
Yeah,
Limey
exactly.
green. And what did Tara go for? What did
Tara
go
picked a very lighter version of what it is already, which is kind of like a cream but like a lighter cream.
Yeah.
And Tara respectfully looked at my decisions and went for one of hers, and I agreed. So
Fuck out of here.
get the fuck out of here. Get your fucking shit out of here. So that's where we are now. Scott Patton.
Admit when I made a mistake, so I won't.
Scott Patton is in the chat, and he says, "Good evening to everybody. How are we?"
Good evening, Scott. Oh, I've got a bit of a story.
No
It's
one
a
cares
long
about your
one.
story. It's probably
Shut up, you.
boring.
Shut up.
Here, I'll go ahead and prejudge it.
This story sucks.
Right,
ahead.
so Feng Chui. He was talking to me. He said, "Hey, Stew
Okay.
Pot, you need to watch Utopia on Amazon Prime."
Is it on?
'Cause
Is it
it's-
on Amazon Prime? Is it
Yeah.
the Channel 4
He said-
show?
Well, here's the problem, right?
Ah.
So he says you better watch Utopia because it was like a prophecy of what's happening right now.
Correct.
Right? So I was like,
Correct.
right, I'll give it a go.
Mhm.
So I went on and watched this thing. I'm like, this is a bit weird. And then realized they've made a remake American version of it. And I was watching the wrong thing because I was watching the 2020 version, which apparently is a
No.
bit shit.
No, you want to watch the
So-
original one.
Well, I've started the original tonight. So after watching the first episode of The Wrong Show,
Yes.
I actually watched the first episode of The Right Show
Correct.
tonight. And actually it was quite good.
Utopia. Tara and I talked about Utopia today, right?
How weird is that?
Me, not really, because we talk about Utopia almost every day.
No,
Tara,
you don't.
honestly,
A TV show that a lot of people like is being talked about by two people. How
Tara
weird.
and I and Simeon love Utopia. It is one of the most
Okay.
underrated TV
Wow.
shows, and they won't do a third season. There's only 2 seasons, and it.
That sounds like gay television.
Yes. Well, but there was intent to do a third season. That's the problem,
Oh.
right? But there was like, nope, we're not doing another one, and it's one of the best shows ever. And
Well,
season 2 is just as good as season 1, if not better. Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh my god! So Feng Chui's going, Stu, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. It's mental. It was like done in 2013, and it's
right.
like predicting the future. It's mental.
Basically, what we're going through right now. The way you watch it over there is you have to kill a turtle and scoop out its
Yeah, kill a
innards,
turtle.
and then you have to mix. You have to get an eye of a newt, right, and some tears from an orphan, and mix it into the turtle's shell, and then drink it.
Nope. not doing
Basically, what he's saying, Duke, is that you have to subscribe to Amazon Prime,
That's right.
Well, guess what I'm not doing?
which is the equivalent to what he just said. To be
I
honest,
should have said this last week. We watched Farmageddon, the Shaun the Sheep movie. Have y'all seen that?
No, I haven't
Yeah.
seen that. No,
I've seen it. I've seen it.
we don't need to see it because we just look outside of our bedroom windows, and that's what Britain is like.
Farmageddon.
About actual Armageddon.
Yeah. No, I know it's still Nick Park, isn't it? It's the whole Aardman crew. It's always
I'll watch anything.
yeah. It's good. I know the original Shaun the Sheep was very good, but yeah. No, I do need to watch it.
Tried 76 in the chat says, "Hi guys,
Hi.
my Rubik's Cube journey is a long resorting to YouTube tutorials on how to presumably how to solve a Rubik's Cube."
Yeah, he asked last week because I've got a Rubik's Cube here. I don't know if the webcam's
I got
working.
one
Yes,
too,
it
right
is. The webcam is
Put it up on
working.
the shelf.
Look, I've got one here. There you go. There you go.
How about that?
There's my Rubik's Cube. I've never
Back to the
solved. No, it's Rick and Morty shirt in the style of Back to the
Oh,
Future.
whoops. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. My cousin could solve a Rubik's Cube. Fact for you there.
There's a
It
lot
was
of websites
quite-
that show how to solve them, and I would recommend using a website instead because it's more of an algorithm than it is like a strict process. So,
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. People find YouTube videos helpful. That's cool. I went on a bender one time to learn how to solve Rubik's Cubes, and I was like getting it down where I could do it within like a minute, which isn't very impressive, but nevertheless.
How is it not impressive that you can solve
That's
a Rubik's
impressive.
Cube in a minute?
Well, okay, it was kind
It's
of.
not very impressive. I could only do it in a minute.
There's a documentary on Netflix maybe about this kid who he's autistic and he has trouble making friends, but he makes friends through Rubik's Cube competitions.
Yeah.
And it's like amazing. They do it in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
it in
look, right.
nothing,
I
don't they?
get, right. I get that it can be done really quickly, Duke, right? But
Still pretty
the
impressive.
fact you can do it in a
I
minute
saw
is
Rubik's Cube in a
impressive.
That wasn't even the point of the story. The point of the story is when I first finished solving one, like ever, I was so proud of myself. I held it up and I was like, Duchess, take a picture of me with this Rubik's Cube. And then she took a picture and then I put it on my blog and I forgot about it. 5 years later, this woman out of nowhere emails me and says, "Do you have a high-res version of that? My boss wants to buy it for $500." And I was like, "What? Oh my God, let me." And of course I didn't, but I was like, let me check. I was like, damn it.
Wants to buy what? Your Rubik's Cube?
No, she wanted to buy the picture of me holding up the Rubik's Cube in front of my face. It was perfect for some for some job her boss was doing.
That's
Some
funny.
graphic design thing, and he really wanted the picture. I was like, damn. So the lesson I tell my students is never throw away your high def versions of.
Yeah. Make sure you've got a high def version of any picture you take.
Never know when somebody want to buy it.
See, recently, about a year ago, I was in a barber's, and like men's barbers have kind of changed in the last 5 years in the UK. They try and make them all trendy and shit, and they put like fuzzball tables in there, and a fucking coffee machine, and you just click your fingers, and, all this shit, right? Anyway, I was in one of those. Naturally, nobody was messing with any of that shit, and nobody was talking because that's what a men's barber is all about. And I was sitting in there, and this kid was in there with his dad, and he had a Rubik's Cube, and he came up to me for some reason, and he said, "Do you know how to solve this Rubik's?" And I said, "Look, kid, don't talk to me because I'm not a pedo and I don't want to be accused of one, so fuck off."
I'm not a pedo. What are you like?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I did figure out when I was a teenager how to, because Ginny, I'm old enough to remember when the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Remember when the Rubik's?
That's the Philip K. Dick puzzle game toy.
The Rubik's Cube.
Oh my God, I don't know who it was that was reading PKD, but whoever it was, tell me you got that joke. Oh,
yeah, totally. Yes, I'm old enough to remember when the Rubik's Cube first came out.
Right.
Because I'm an old bastard.
Yes.
And quickly figured out, because I couldn't do it, there was an easy way to do it. You just prize all the cubes out and then just rearrange it into the right order.
Can I do that with this one, do you think?
Probably.
If
you can actually pull them out.
If I pull them out, can I pull them out?
Yeah, you can. I don't know. You could do with the original ones. Maybe they're better made now. I mean, this is a long time ago. Yeah, maybe you can't do it with the newer ones.
Welcome to the Veteran Gamers Podcast, where we smash Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Don't worry, listeners.
Fucking shit. We don't need these things anymore, right? Whoever's trying to solve...
I can't believe you're trying to do one.
Whoever's trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in the chat, right? We've got video games now, right?
Yeah,
don't worry about
Rubik's Cube.
Don't worry about it. It's stupid anyway. All right. Anyway, what the fuck are we talking about? I've got something very, very exciting for tonight's show.
God.
Very exciting.
I'm waiting.
What is the usual thing? What happens now? What happens now?
I don't know. Play games.
Just continue with the show, and I'll stop you when it comes up. Just keep going.
Oh, okay. I guess we should do what we've been playing, Duke.
I guess we should.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't
What
it?
you been playing?
I mean, this is just another kind of story time, really, when you think about it.
What you been playing?
What else?
So, what normally happens now in the show? Tell me.
Right, normally do we
about
go
what we've
spin
been
the
playing.
wheel?
Ah!
Spin the wheel or roll the dice.
Oh
or
my
whatever.
God! I now have a button on my Stream Deck that spins a wheel.
Oh my God! Look at him. He's so excited about it. Look at it. It's all like logoed and everything. I'm so impressed. That's impressive, Keith.
Yes, it is. It is. So we're going to spin the wheel. The only thing there's a few flaws. There's a few flaws with the wheel.
Okay.
The main
It won't
flaw
take us out.
is
No one disappears.
it doesn't spin. No, that's not a real flaw. Right. So the main flaw is when I spin it, right? It like doesn't get rid of the person who it selected.
That's what you said. So you're gonna spin again.
So I'm gonna spin again. But apart from that.
It's better than what Try said. He said it lands on Duke 100%
But look,
of the time.
I have a button that spins it. Look, it's very good.
Oh my God, what is that?
It's a Stream Deck, right? So
wow, that's pretty streamy decky.
So look, I've pressed this button, right? It says wheel. All right.
It says wheel.
It says
so
wheel.
are they little screens?
See, look. If I press this one, it goes to the
God,
main.
the little LCD screen.
Yeah, the little LCD screen. It goes to the webcam.
That's all right, doesn't it?
Oh my
It's all
God.
right. See, this one
You have
mutes me,
too much money, Chinny.
so I can call you a massive All right, you won't know what I just called you.
Yeah, because you're just muted. I get that.
I can mute you. I can just mute you if I press that. So no one on the stream can
Say
hear.
that. I'm not mutable.
So
you
I'm
can't
gonna,
mute me.
So I'm going to press this one, which takes me to the wheel scene like that.
Wheel,
and then
wheel.
I'm going to press the wheel button. You ready?
We're ready.
Yeah. Where's the wheel button?
It's mad
Let's see
tits.
it.
Here we go. It's spinning.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Whoa!
It's crazy.
The wheel is on.
Oh, there it is. Oh my god.
It landed on me.
Why is it not spinning?
What
Oh,
are
it
the
is
odds
spinning.
that it landed on Chinny? Oh, gee. Who would ever...
Boom. Chinny's on.
Oh, by the way, the wheel is massively fixed, and it's always going to land on me.
I'm a potato.
Look at this. The webcam's all fucked now. What's going
Nobody
on?
cares. Talk about what you've been playing.
Yeah, Chinny.
Okay.
I think, Chinny, should we start with what we all played, kind of? Apart from Duke, who really hated it.
I'm sorry. Does the wheel say that? No.
I don't know. I'm
start
just
with me.
asking. It was just a suggestion.
Start with me. Yeah, we can start with that. Let's start with that. Yeah, let's start with
Let's start with...
the flop that was.
It's not. I shouldn't say that.
We played Phasmophobia together this week.
We did.
Did you know, listeners, that there's like 10 kinds of ghosts? There's revenants, and there's neos, and there's ogbogs, and there's reapers, and there's transmals, whatever.
You're
very-
just making shit up now, aren't you, Duke?
It's a very progressive
Well, no, I mean,
game, isn't it?
bunch of
Like there's
different
trans
kinds of
ghosts.
Yeah, trans ghosts.
There's all sorts.
So, for those who don't know, this is a game where you go hunting for ghosts using scientific equipment like remote controls and special purple flashlights.
That's right.
And you have to find the clues that let you know which kind of ghost it is. You have a book that says if you find fingerprints and you leave the book out and the ghost writes in the book and you can see your breath, then it's this kind of ghost. But if you can't see your breath, but you do see, what were some of the other things?
There was like
You see floating orbs on the
floating
camera.
orbs on the camera.
That kind of ghost.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the person who's alone saying the ghost's name gets killed, and the other two chickens are hiding in the goddamn van.
That never happened. How dare you?
They love the game. I wonder why you enjoyed it more than I did.
How bloody dare you say such a thing, Duke? You know it's
Well, how do you describe
blatantly
what...
not true. Yeah, that did kind of happen, to be fair.
Yeah, it did kind of happen. I mean, whatever. That's not why I didn't like it. I don't mind dying in games. I die in Call of Duty all the time. My problem with the game is that it's a detective game, and I'm not crazy about detective games. I'm especially not crazy about detective games where you have to buy flashlights, so you have to find ghosts to get money, and then you can use the money to buy more flashlights. So for the first round, one person has a flashlight, everyone else is hiding right behind that.
Yeah, it is,
Like,
but that does
it
does crank up the tension. To be fair.
So what I think, yeah. So people that don't know, yeah, as Duke said, it's basically those ghost hunting shows that you see on TV.
Yeah.
But
PSI, which is why you like it, Chinny.
Was in a game. Well, yeah, whatever. It's a little bit jank, but it kind of works. And
yeah.
I don't have a problem with the mechanics.
Yeah. So the thing I think what happened was like you've got to play the game a little bit more than what we started on, because I think we were quite fresh to the game, so we didn't really build up any money, because those missions that we played, technically you can play them on your own, right? So we didn't build any money. Therefore, if you build a bit of money, you can get better kit, which sort of solves one of the problems that Duke has. But then
we should say it's early access, so it's not a finished product.
No, it's not a finished product, and I think if we had a bit more kit to play with, there was something else in the game that I wanted to try and get working, but I couldn't get working. So this game is very good with local voice chat, right?
Yeah.
So what would be good is, because if we could speak in the game and I couldn't get it to work, it wouldn't work for some reason. It's like I can hear Stu talk in the next room. And what's really good if you've got 3 or 4 is that one person, because you have a little van. The van is kind of like the hub, and the van's for this like creepy house. The van's parked outside. If one person stays in the van and becomes like a kind of point of contact for
which
the van.
just happened to be Chinny most of the time. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I had to check. So it's got a lot of potential, and this is part of me exploring. You know, last week I was talking about games where I'm just not having fun. You know, I'm just not having fun playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I was like, I heard about this game on a podcast, and they said it's ghost hunting but in video games, and I'll be like, oh my god, that sounds... I immediately wanted to play it straight away, and I got very excited, and I asked you to play, and I asked Duke to play, and I didn't stop and think, Duke isn't going to like this at all. Like, I didn't think about that.
Okay, though. I mean, look, first of all, it didn't cost me anything because I was able to refund it on Steam. Thank you, Steam. And I don't know, like, I like to give things a try. I especially like to give things a try when it's a small team, you know, putting stuff out. My problem is, yeah, this isn't my kind of game. My life is tense already, and I don't like more tension in my games. And, like, the running is not running. The running is slightly faster shambling.
Yeah, but that's because what would be the fun of you being able to flat out run away from the ghost?
Because the ghost could catch you. Maybe half the time the ghost catches you, and the other half you manage to run away. That's still terrifying.
Let's talk about some of the things that we went.
That happened.
Yeah, the shit that happened. So you've got a few things in the game that's quite interesting. You've got a sanity meter, all right, and you've got an activity level. So in the van, the activity level, it refers to the activity of sort of strange activity. To the what do you call it? Like spirit activity.
Spiritual spirits.
Yeah.
Fucking shit going down.
Paranormal activity. There you go.
There
yes.
you go.
So if you stay in the van, I could tell Stu and Duke, like, oh, the activity's gone to 6, 7, like something's going to kick off. And honestly,
now listeners should know that when you're in the house, you can't see any of that stuff.
No.
So that's the key, is that somebody in the van is like the coordinator of the group.
That's right. And then later on, you can get little head-mounted cameras and all sorts of stuff. So it gets interesting. And there's apparently a lot of different levels, Stu. You'd be pleased to know.
Yeah, I think what's cool, what I really liked about it more than anything, is just the mundane settings.
Yeah.
You know, there's none of these like creepy haunted houses. It's just a standard semi-detached house. You know what I mean?
I think they get to that though. I think you get to like warehouses.
Yeah. I'm sure there is. I mean, one of the things I'd have liked to have seen, and maybe you're going to tell me this is in the game, but like a much bigger house, like a mansion or something, there's different areas to explore within the same house.
I think there's whole like warehouses and prisons and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
One of the other things I thought would be cool, but then I thought it wouldn't work, is to have like a poltergeist that throws stuff about, but then you know exactly what it was straight away. So maybe that's probably.
There is apparently one of the ghosts do move objects, or a couple of the ghosts move objects. So the game is all about figuring out what kind of ghost you're dealing with. All right. So then it becomes a process of elimination, because in the journal you have to log the evidence. So if you have a drop in temperature, for example, if you can see your breath, that is evidence. So you mark that evidence, and then the journal. This is you dying, Duke, on the stream. The journal then, like basically, it's a process of elimination. It eliminates all the other ghosts that don't have the drop in temperature. So then it can be one of 6 or whatever, and then you find another piece of evidence, like it writes. You put an empty book down, and it writes in the book. That's another one. So now it can be one of 4 ghosts in the journal. So you keep limiting it, and when you find 3, you kind of get it. But I think our best game, Stu, and no offense here, Duke, but when you left, we had one more game, didn't we, Stu?
Oh God, the hallway ghost.
And the whole so it literally as we walked
I've got goosebumps thinking about
as we walked into the house, Duke. We were hit with like some dodgy shit, like, you know, what's going on
straight away. Weren't it all?
There was a mobile phone.
Because it means that something would have been happening in the game instead of just me wandering around endlessly with.
There was shit happening.
So we was walking in, and we was like, I think it's in the hall, and you was like, I don't know.
You just kept saying there's something near the cellar, didn't you?
I was like, it's by the basement. Every time I walked in, and then we were standing there, and all we heard was, and we went, oh my god, and we shat ourselves. Pretty much.
I turned round, and this fucking ghost is just stood in the hallway, like against the wall, and I'm like, shit, it's there. Like, she's like, fucking hell, like this, right? And then he just disappeared, and I'm like, shit. And then you got killed.
I did on the doorstep.
On the doorstep, like literally about to escape from the house, and it killed her.
It closed the front door. It closed the front door.
Yeah, it did. Oh my god, it was proper freaky shit, right? And Ginny's like, come and get my torch. Don't leave the torch behind. So I'm like, I ain't going back in there. And he's like, come and get it. Right. So I went up, and you can't pick it up. So once you've died, whatever you've got, you lose, I guess. But frick me, it was just creepy as all hell.
I had a lot of fun playing this game, I have to say. I thought it was.
I'll be honest, right? That night, I dreamt about it.
Oh no!
I swear. Not like proper nightmares, but I dreamt about walking around an empty house and stuff. It was just weird.
But like
I love it. By the way, I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it
really
as well.
enjoyed it.
I think
enjoyed it.
we're gonna play it again. We did stream it live on Twitch. I'm going
Yeah.
to put together a few clips of some of the best bits of that stream on YouTube soon. But we're gonna do it again, I think, Stu. So we need a few more people. Yeah.
I'm going to play it in VR. I'm going to get the VR headset on. And
if you play it in VR, can I still play it with you?
I assume so, but that's
try
going to
it.
be some freaky shit.
We'll try it. Yeah, we'll try it.
I'm
But
going to try it.
I'll only do it, Stu, if you make a deal with me.
Go on.
You don't bang on about how great it looks in VR.
No, I'm not going to bang on, right? But I'm sort of part of me doesn't want to do it.
I don't think you should. It's scary enough.
Yeah, it's scary enough without being actually inside the house. But do you know what? For the podcast and the stream, I'm going to scare myself.
Right,
even
you're only
more.
allowed to bang out about bang on about the VR on the podcast, not while we're playing. Because this is
that's fine.
an insight
That's
about
fine.
Stu. Everybody, listeners, is when you play a game with Stu, all he talks about is how pretty the game is or whatever, and he doesn't actually talk about the game that we're playing. But that's aside. It's good, Stu.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely.
It's good.
Because I bought it before you, but couldn't get anyone to play it with me, so I'd sort of bought it about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it came out in September, I think. Yeah, so it's...
Yeah, no one was playing it, so I was like, oh well, maybe I'll get to play it at some point. And then you messaged me. I'm like, yeah, I want to play it.
Yeah.
I did have a go of the tutorial on my own when I first got it. I'm like, and I couldn't figure out how to pick stuff up. But it's not very good at telling you what to do.
Yeah.
It's much easier when you play with someone who knows what they're doing, telling you what to do, rather than relying on the game to tell you what to do.
Yeah. I think
it's fine, but it's that initial learning curve of how to pick stuff up, how to put stuff, like even putting stuff down. You have to press, is it F or something? It's a weird key.
It's I think G is drop, but F is to place.
Second function.
Secondary function or something. Yeah.
It's like
awkward.
It's not very clear what you're supposed to be doing, and the tutorial's just weird because it's like you have to click a remote on the TV and you keep going backwards and forwards to the truck.
Yeah.
I think if you play with someone who knows what they're doing, they can quickly talk you through the keys and what you're supposed to do, and then it's pretty easy.
And we had trouble getting in the same game, didn't we, all three of us? So a bit of advice is we used the American servers and it seemed to work no problem then. But I think we're going to stream this against you next week, probably.
Definitely.
So if anybody does have Phasmophobia wants to sort of join in, I think 3 or 4 would be enough. I don't think you can have more than 4, but we'll do more of that. And it'll be interesting. What I would suggest though is if I think me and Stu, I think we've got to play a few levels on our own just to build up some money.
Cash.
Just get some cash. So I'm going to play some levels on my own when I get some time before we get together. Probably Wednesday, Stu. Probably Wednesday.
Yeah. We'll see if we can do Wednesday again. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, I don't think.
And we'll be doing that. So that should be good.
Yeah, I definitely want to play more of this. And you've got me a bit more excited now. You're telling me there's big buildings to explore.
Yeah, bigger stuff.
Yeah, with like different rooms that have ghost activity going on, possibly, and because I didn't realize I thought it was just going to be all this sort of thing, just sort of houses, which is still cool. But I was thinking, if you have like a big old house or something that you could explore, would be way more interesting.
No, I'm pretty sure
almost levels within levels.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it goes to bigger places. But what I've heard is there are lots of different levels in this game.
Yeah.
So
so
it gets a thumbs up from me, a thumbs up from Stu, not a thumbs up from Duke.
Oh, I'll be honest. This playing this,
like I said, it's well made in general. It's just that it's not my type of thing.
No.
Yeah. I was going to say, but this is probably the game I've played recently in that I can remember where I've actually got goosebumps playing it.
I shat myself when that.
Yeah.
When
It
that
doesn't rely on jump scares. That's the good thing. Is that
Oh no, it's dread. It's all dread, isn't it?
It is dread. It's
Yeah.
it's a slow build, which is good.
There are jump scares, don't get me wrong, but when they come, there's been a lot of build up to that jump
Yeah,
scare.
it earns them, doesn't it? Yeah, it does earn
It
them.
does. Oh, it definitely does.
Love
Good
them.
on them though, because I mean, like you say, these are a little developer. This kind of came out of nowhere, and everyone's
Yeah.
just going mental over
I love
it,
this
so-
though. I love it when like there's an Among Us or a Phasmophobia where no one's looking. You know what I mean? Like nobody's
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
And then it just comes out and it's the next big thing. I love it. I love it when a game comes out like that.
And these guys must be absolutely rolling in it now, because I bet they've sold a hell of a lot of copies of this game,
Yeah.
I
No.
hope so.
which is good for them. You know what I mean? Really good for them.
Good stuff. So that's Phasmophobia. We are done with Phasmophobia. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
take
over
that.
to the wheel and spin the wheel again, folks.
Oh,
'cause I
spin
can-
the
Do you have a
wheel.
button you can push? Just
I
to spin
do.
it?
I
Yeah,
do.
that would be useful.
Oh, it's landed on me again, so I'll spin it again.
Hey.
Wait. It's on Duke.
Hey! All right.
Yay.
So I have been playing a lot of Rocket League, but I have nothing new to say about that. So moving on. I have also been playing some Assassin's Creed Liberation.
Ooh.
And when I started playing this, Chinny, you said that it's the worst Assassin's Creed, or it's a bad Assassin's Creed.
I said
And I'm
it's-
curious to know why you said that.
I said it was quite boring, I think.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
reason I asked is because I feel like I don't consider this a bad game, but I do consider it, I don't know, the combat feels clunky at times and counterintuitive. There's this dude who is swinging this heavy weapon, and usually you get a red triangle indicating you're about to have an attack. So you're supposed to counter it. And I tried to counter it, but the yellow triangle indicates a heavy swing. You're supposed to jump backwards. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing it at the wrong time. And my instinct is to just mash keys and use the element of surprise and speed to overwhelm my enemies. But in these games, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to choose your moments of attack. You're supposed to try to get in there and hit and then step back and wait for the person to attack so that you can counter it. So whatever, it's not a huge problem in that regard, because it's just the combat in Assassin's Creed games are different than the combat in, whatever, other games. The tree climbing, however, is bullshit.
What a sentence that is, though.
There are, instead of there's towers in this game, but there's also a lot of tree. There's this part where you're in this swamp, and there's a lot of places you have to swim through the swamp water instead of running around, and it's so much slower to swim, and it's just like tedious. And there's canoes you can ride in instead, but they don't go much faster than you're swimming. And if you hit land, then you're shit out of luck, so you have to go around the land if you're in the canoe, and it's just tedious. It's just really annoying in that regard. And then instead of towers when you're in the swamp, there's these trees you have to climb. And at first I was like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to climb this tree. And I went all around the tree trying to jump up on the different parts of it, and it didn't seem at all intuitive how I was supposed to do it. And finally I looked it up, and it was like this one spot that apparently I didn't jump at, where the tree is like split and you can get a handhold there. And most of the time in Assassin's Creed, most buildings you can climb up the side of.
Yeah.
And when you can't, there's some visual indicator of why you can't or where you can. So this tree didn't have any of that. It's just a tree. I'm like, but then there's little parts. It's I guess I can climb there. It's not very well done. So that was frustrating. The map icons all look alike. This was made for the PS Vita back in the day, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
And it kind of shows. Like, it feels like an old game, because it is. Yeah, there was one part where I hit an invisible wall, and I was like, wow, really? Invisible walls? Okay. And then there was a part where there was a viewpoint above on top of this building, and I was like, oh, cool, let's go climb up there. Oh, wait, you can't, because there's these three personas, where you have the slave persona, you have the assassin persona, and you have the lady persona. And I was in the lady persona, and she doesn't climb. So I had to switch clothing in order to climb the building. Okay, well, where can I switch clothing? Okay, there's these dressing rooms where you have to go into to switch clothing. I mean, seriously, think about this. I assume it's the first Assassin's Creed with a female protagonist.
It is.
Yeah? And what half the game is changing clothing. Oh, I get to change my clothes because I'm a lady. That's what I like to do in a video game is change clothes.
Bear in mind, every game, not just Assassin's Creed game, is about changing clothes because they charge money for those clothes there. But I get your point.
I mean, maybe you know that's the thing. In other Assassin's Creed games, and in this one too, you can get a cool different hood or different armbands or whatever. Yeah, I'm used to the outfits.
But that's usually just aesthetics. It doesn't affect gameplay, does it?
Exactly. And the fact that you have to do it in this game because there's a woman in it, it's like, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Narratively speaking, I get it. Like, slaves can go places that, ladies of high society can't. And this assassin person can, jump around more than the slave can because the slave's going to get noticed more and whatever. But I don't know. It takes away from the experience in the way that Black Flag added the ship combat, and it was awesome. And you're like, yes. The clothes switching thing was just stupid. So anyway, I was like, all right, whatever. I gotta change clothes. Let me find a clothes closet. And I went to the clothes closet, and it was like, no, the city's in turmoil. That part of the city is walled off right now. And I was like, God damn, I just want to climb to the top of that building, which normally in an Assassin's Creed game is not a problem.
That's right. It's usually what the game's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
The mainstay of the game. So I don't know. It's not bad. It's not like miles beyond a normal Assassin's Creed game. There are parts of it that are great, and I am in general having fun, especially when you get back in the swing of it. Because if you take time off from Assassin's Creed and you go back to it, there's a lot of stuff you have to kind of relearn. But that said, I love the basic premise, which is slaves killing their slave owners. So yeah, I am having fun with it. It's a good game in general. It's just there's a bunch of stuff in it that's stupid.
My frustration with it was that they had such a good backdrop and they farted it out on the Vita. And they had like a black female protagonist, but it's on the Vita version. So because we're not brave enough to put it on and that's what bothered me about it. Because the idea of it was quite good. And then
it says to the audience, like, we know you wouldn't want to play as a black woman killing enslavers. Well, yeah, hell yeah, we would. Yeah. And I'm sure there was a sizable population that would buy, and certainly now, maybe they're working on a new version of it, a sequel or something. But yeah, it did seem like they kind of shunted it off to this smaller platform.
Yeah, that's what I commend Mafia 3 for. I mean, Mafia 3 didn't get everything right. It's not a brilliant game. It's probably the worst Mafia game, but it went for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was about racism in the Deep South, and you get your revenge. And there is a mission where you basically kill the whole of the Ku Klux Klan in that game, and it's fantastic. So
I will say that there's one part when you're climbing when I finally did climb the tree in the swamp. And I did the synchronization, you look out over the post, and then you do the leap of faith.
Yeah.
He jumped about 200 feet into some pretty shallow swamp water there. And I was like, that's not very realistic. Now, diving into hay, that's very realistic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Totally realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So anyway, Assassin's Creed Liberation,
Have you learned nothing, Duke? But hay will break your fall from any height.
Apparently.
Doesn't matter how high you are. That stuff is soft shit.
Apparently
it works.
Cody in the chat says, I bought a cyber PC this week just to rip the RTX 3080 out of it, put it into my current PC with all the bots. No other way to get a RTX 3080 to replace my 2080 Ti any other way.
Can we just say, a 2080 Ti,
it's
although
fine.
It isn't as powerful as a 3080 is, there's not a lot in it. There is not a lot in it. That is the most powerful previous generation card you got there. A 3080 is slightly more powerful, but there's not a lot in it.
It's fine.
It'll run Cyberpunk. Actually, Cyberpunk's requirements aren't that high. Yeah, amazingly, when they released them for the PC,
I imagine not, because it's made for current consoles, really. So.
Yeah. So they're not as high as everybody thought they were going to be. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you enable ray tracing and all that shit, then it's probably going to be going to be chugging away depending on what you've got in you. And if you want to play it in 4K, I guess you're gonna need something like that. But 1080p is fine.
He does
I'm
say
fine with it.
he needed it for Cyberpunk. Will you guys be playing Cyberpunk on a PC or a console?
I'm gonna wait for it to get cheap first, and then I'll play it on the PC.
Well, I got it cheap to begin with, so I got it pre-ordered on PC from Good Old Games Russia,
Yeah.
which cost me 22 quid.
Lovely.
22
we have good game for you.
We have good game. It's just £22.
Do not ask where we got called.
It's very good. It was quite a simple process as well. I just put my VPN on, bought it, and then it just appeared in my normal library. It was all good.
Lovely. I
there you
am
go.
going to be playing it on the console because PC gaming is dead, as we all know.
Dumb as well.
And it's stupid as well.
Yeah.
And I could play it on my PC, but I won't. And I can't change my mind because I'm an American. No.
Yeah, and check this out. Yeah.
Wow.
Soul. And he's got lots of soul. Yeah. And it don't stop till the break of dawn. Yeah. Thank you, Duchess.
Wow. Is that a special trip into the basement?
I didn't know she was in the basement, and then she tapped me on the shoulder. I was like, oh God.
Nice.
More phasmophobia for you.
Yeah, real life phasmophobia.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be playing it on the console. I'll be playing it on the probably the Xbox.
And Duke will not be playing it all for at least 5 years.
That's correct.
Yeah, something like that. I still haven't played Outer Worlds.
It is insane. I was thinking about this. How Skyrim came out in 2011, which is Duke's favorite game of all time. Almost.
Go-to game. Go-to game.
One of your favorite games of all time is The Witcher 3, which came out in 2015. And we've got the follow-up to The Witcher 3 from that developer in 2020.
Yeah.
But the follow-up to Skyrim is still nowhere to be seen.
Elder Scrolls Online.
But I granted there was a Fallout 4 in between there, which came out in 2015.
Yeah, I guess.
So, but you know, it is insane.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. If Cyberpunk is the follow-up to The Witcher 3, then
What's more insane is that Rockstar are going to release GTA 5 on 3 generations of console.
Yeah, as you said.
Yeah, which is your favorite game?
It makes me slightly sad that Rockstar don't make games every year anymore. But what?
No, because they milk the shit out of the games they've already got.
If you've got a machine that spits out money, why would you switch it off?
It is.
To
be fair, they have brought out Red Dead 2 since that game.
But it took them fucking 8 years to make the bastard thing.
Yeah, no, but at least they made another game. Not like bloody Skyrim follow-up. It's never happening.
Well, they made the Fallout 4s.
Yeah, they did, I guess. And Fallout 76, which is their supposed milk cow, I guess, or cow milker.
Yeah.
They are making some games. It's just not the games I want.
No.
That's right. Anyway, shall we spin the wheel? Because I've got a button, haven't I now? So.
Is it not just me? Because you two have been.
Look, it landed on you. Look, it's almost like it
there you
knows.
go. It's a good job.
Crazy.
Talking of Mafia, I finished that game this week.
Oh my God.
In fact, I finished it on Monday.
Ah.
And, gotta say, I really liked it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's very good. The story is very Mafia. You know, I could have written down what probably would happen in the story without playing the game.
What are the
first.
tropes then? Tell us the tropes.
Oh, all the usual tropes. So, you know, you're an average Joe who stumbles into their family, then you work your way up, then you make some stupid like decisions along the way where shit goes wrong, and then those stupid decisions come back to bite you on the ass. Pretty much, in a nutshell. You know, you do stuff that upsets the family. So, yeah. It's good, though. Do you know what? For all its tropes, and the fact I could have predicted what was probably going to happen at the end, the characters are really good.
Yeah.
I really like the way they're written. I really liked, you know, probably all the main characters, like Tommy, you know, which is the character you play. And they're just all good.
Yeah,
they're all good.
That was
all very unique.
That was because around about the same time as Mafia, there was rumors of a Godfather game coming out.
Yeah,
right. And one of the things that Mafia was really, really known for was the cinematic approach to it. Like this was
it totally is.
This was pitched as like a proper Mafia. This was Godfather the game unofficially. and basically beat Godfather, which came out in 2005, I think, to the punch, and it was better than Godfather in the end. I actually quite like Godfather, the original game, but yeah, it beat it, and that's what it was mainly focused on. Stu, was what you were talking about. It was the characters, the story, and what I like about this one is it's a proper fucking remake. Right?
Oh yeah, it's honestly I guarantee you're gonna love it.
It was a remake
really
of a game that needed to be remade, because if you play it today, it is a detriment to the people's work at the time. The vision. So they remade it, like same as if you play Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3 or Final Fantasy 7, even though Final Fantasy is crap and no one likes it. All right, like those games are treasured by many, and they're almost like embarrassingly unplayable these days because they're so hard to get into. The mechanics are dated. That they don't even work on some PCs and things like that. So the fact that this got remade makes me happy. I will get round to it. But yeah, Mafia. I'm glad you like it.
Honestly, I can't recommend it enough to you, Ginny. I really do think
it is totally my thing. Yeah.
That you would enjoy. One of my favorite characters is Paulie, which is kind of he's kind of up there in ranking, within the family, but you kind of know he's never gonna progress.
Yeah.
Is the bit of a loose cannon heavy who maybe gets stuff wrong, but's always really ambitious, but you just know he's never gonna quite make it. Never gonna quite make. One of my favorite characters, which I feel like should have had so much more within the story, is Sarah, which is sort of Tommy's wife, sort of thing, or becomes his wife eventually in the game. And I just feel like she could have been fleshed out a bit more and had more of a sort of impact in the game, because she's quite a good character. But then they don't really do anything with her. They sort of introduce her near the beginning of the game, and she's quite a tough sort of talking daughter of one of the other mafia crew. And I thought that she was going to be in it more, but she ended up not being. And I think that was a bit of a miss, really, because I thought she could have really been brought into it more.
The real question is, though, Stu, can you change your clothes in this game?
No, you can't.
Well, it's unplayable.
You can't change your clothes. You can't chop down trees that actually fall. So that doesn't happen in the game either.
Why do you even bother? Why do you even bother?
I know. But what it does have is a good story. Fuck all that. There need to be side missions. No, there doesn't. It just needs to be a decent story with good characters, good voice acting, decent script. It's good. Totally thumbs up from me. Mafia
Definitive Edition. Nice.
Very, very good.
Right. The wheel comes again. Very useful now. I've got these buttons.
I like the wheel.
It's me.
Hey, Ginny.
So I've been playing a game called Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer?
Spiritfarer sounds right. I don't know.
Spiritfarer.
No idea what you're talking about.
It's a game. So, how do we start with this? So, Spiritfarer is on Game Pass. And I think it's a game you two will both like.
Oh, this is the boat thing, isn't it?
It's a fucking boat game.
Where you're ferrying the dead.
That's right.
That's right. No, I've seen this. I've heard a lot about it.
That's right. Yeah. So it's...
There's nothing about it.
So you, I don't know what your name is. Let's call him Dave. Dave, the bloke, right? And you've got a cat. And this cat hangs around and all sorts of stuff. For some reason, Dave has been given the task of, like, Spiritfarer. And what the Spiritfarer does is he manages a boat, and this boat collects people who are dead and takes them to the afterlife. That's Dave's job.
Spirits, yeah, across the river Styx.
That's right, whatever he said. So the thing is with the boat is that even though these people are dead, they still need to be looked after. So you still need to feed them. You still need to like have somewhere they can rest and sleep. So it's a 2D game. It's kind of like a 2D platforming game where you manage this boat. So you gather resources. You can send this boat to different islands and pick up crates, and you can buy and trade with different islands. and then you can build a kitchen, and you can fish on the boat, and you can like make a little field where you can plant seeds. So it's, think of like a Stardew Valley, but a boat, right? And it's 2D.
Raft. 2D, right?
Yeah.
But I've heard that a lot of this.
Raft. It's like it's on my wish list.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've heard a lot of the spirits have really cool stories and backstories and stuff that you get to learn as you go along.
Sure they do, but I didn't get that far, Stu, because
and even if you did, you probably wouldn't be bothered.
no, because there's the thing is, and remember, I'm a new man.
You're a new man. You want to try new stuff.
I don't play games to completion no more, right? So unless I'm hooked, unless I'm enjoying it. If I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to finish it. I'm a changed man.
Changed man.
Mark the date. The 24th of May 2007. I'm a changed man.
Changed man.
Yeah, so I've stopped playing it because I was bored. But I don't want to sound like I'm knocking the game too much, because I'm bored because it's me playing it. So there's a lot of reading. So I don't like that. It's all, the art style is beautiful, very, very pretty game, and I don't like that because it's all very twee.
I don't want that game to look good.
It's very cute. Do you know what I mean? The game's very cute and adorable, and
it does look cute. It does look cute.
It's very well animated. I appreciate it. It's not for me. It's not for me at all.
I've got very little patience for 2D games these days. I don't really know why, but it just feels like, I don't know. I want games to, more completely surround me. I don't want to just watch it from the side.
I thought you were going to say, I thought that was a joke, and you were going to say, I don't know why, it just feels a bit flat.
Can I just say the characters just hugged someone? Did you hug anyone?
Yeah. So again, right.
Did you give him a hug?
So when I found out, so what you can do, you can talk to the people that you put on your boat. You can cook for them, and also I don't even cook for Tara, so I don't know why I'm cooking for these fucking people. All right. And then one of the options is you can just hug them. Right. And I get it. Right. It's a game about love and moving on and friendship and emotion. But fuck that, right? So when I found out there was an option to hug, I was like, I don't know if this is the game for me. So a lot of reading, all very twee.
And then the hugging came up. Fucking hell.
Yeah. So you have to build on your boat, but the building mechanic's quite good because you can build quite high, and there's like ladders and stuff, and the platform is quite good. There's one of the missions where you have to collect these weird jellyfish things, and you have to kind of jump up and down to get them. See why you can start to understand why I didn't stick with it, can't you?
Yeah, I'll be honest, right? I've heard quite a lot about this game, and a lot of people really like it.
I've heard people say it's going to be their game of the year.
But if someone said to me, "Should you recommend this game to Chinny?"
Yes,
the answer would be no.
No, and I don't want to make
a definitive no.
I don't.
Hell no, yeah, hell no.
I don't want to make out that I'm not into kind of stories that like have love in them and stuff like that. This is just all it's about, and it's like exhausting for me.
You just want to blow shit up and shoot people in the face.
Not always, but most of the time. Most of the time. I mean, but I like sim building games, don't I? I like city building games. I like Prison Architect. I like that kind of stuff. So I'm not opposed to managing and building stuff, but this is all wrapped in this kind of like, let's hug each other and, you know.
Yeah, but here's a problem, Chinny. How can you be evil in a game where you've got to be nice to everybody?
That is also the issue. Yeah, I can't.
That's a problem.
Because if there was a hug option and a stab in the back option.
Yeah.
Then we got a game. So I think Spiritfarer, fair play, the fair play spirits. Is very, very good, very well made, but it's definitely not for me, I'm afraid.
Not for you.
No.
Not.
Wow.
Not.
That's a definitive no.
That is not. But I think, I don't know, I think Duke would like it, but he said he doesn't like 2D games these days, but I think you, Stu, would enjoy it, but I don't think you would finish it.
I'd probably like this, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, because...
it reminds me a lot, aesthetically, it looks a lot like Forgotten Anne, which I loved.
Sure.
That sort of almost, not anime, but that sort of cool, cartoony aesthetic. I really like that.
Ironically, I've already forgotten. Is that ironic, Duke?
That is ironic. Ironic.
No, it's cool.
Anyway, spin the wheel, Chinny.
What was it, Duke?
It was not ironic. It was coincidence.
Coincidence.
Irony is about opposites.
Yeah, thank you, Duke, for the lesson. Right, I'm spinning the wheel.
Very important that I make that distinction.
Yeah.
That's what makes everybody like a person, is if they point out what things are and are not ironic.
But to be fair, I did ask on that one.
That is true.
Yeah,
I didn't
okay,
ask.
fair.
Stu, you're up.
Right. Okay. I'm going to talk about a old new game that I'm playing this week.
So
Mafia?
have you played this game before?
No, I bought it cheap in a Humble Bundle sale. I think I bought it very cheaply. It was only probably about a $5 or something. It was very cheap, and it's like a warm pair of slippers.
It is, isn't it?
That's what this game is, right?
I should be playing this game.
You should be playing this game, right? I haven't told anyone what it is yet, but I was like, I want to play something I'm familiar with and I really enjoy playing, and that I've not played for ages. And I was looking through my Steam list and I'm like, Batman Arkham Origins. I've never played that. I bought it and I've never played it. Never been played.
Yeah.
So I'm like, right, I'm going to load this up. But this isn't made by Rocksteady either, was it? It was
No,
made by
it's
someone else.
Warner Brothers Montreal. It's made by.
Yeah, so this was made by a different developer, but you wouldn't know it because it's almost identical. But I love it. Do you know what? You forget how much you love a good Batman game.
It's great, isn't it?
And this is before they brought in that fucking stupid Batmobile shit.
Best thing ever.
Right? Fucking shittest thing ever. So this is just the basic swinging around, flying and swooping and gliding.
So this is the
city.
one. Is it Christmas Eve on this one? Is this?
Yeah, Christmas Eve, and it's cool. The setting's brilliant. I love all the snow and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just the combat, right? You were saying about how shit the combat is in Assassin's Creed, right? The combat in this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
It just fucking flows.
Yeah.
You know, once you get going and you start like putting combos together and you're moving from one character to another and using all your stuff, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And it's still, do you know what? It still looks great.
It does.
You know, when you consider how old this game is, like I've got it maxed out obviously because my PC can run stuff from, it's about 5 or 6 years old now, isn't it? Yeah, I can run stuff at full settings with all this stuff and everything turned on.
About
And
graphics, by the way,
amazing.
and about how good they look, right? Think about this, right? GTA San Andreas came out in 2004.
Yeah.
GTA 4 came out in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
GTA 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah.
It's now 2020.
Yeah.
And how good does GTA 5 still look?
Yeah. That still would stand up today. And
So-
I'd look at it and go, yeah, looks fine.
Yeah.
We've got to that point now where anything that was made roughly in the last 10 years doesn't age that badly. I mean, some games do, but most of those pretty games that you know, like Portal and Portal 2 and Skyrim and all that sort of stuff.
Fine.
Yeah, they look fine.
In all honesty, right? No offense, but Half-Life 2 still looks good.
Yeah. I don't know why you're not offending me.
No, I'm just saying though, but that's like pre-2010 and that still looks great.
Yeah, I think when they're well made at the time, they tend to.
Yeah.
But like there's
And that
a
2007.
But there's a group of early games, you know, on the PlayStation 1 era, Driver and that kind of era, the first Driver.
Yeah.
And they're like, when you look at those.
Yeah, it's sad because I have such good memories of playing Driver, but the graphics are not impressive.
It is bad.
Now, San Francisco, that's a whole different story.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. But yeah, I'm totally loving this game. I must admit, like I said, I've never played it, and I was like, I'll play this. And there was a really cool bit. You get to the Penguin, and I can't remember the name of the boss, but it's like, boss fight, and this dude's there, and you just like kill him with one punch or something ridiculous, and it's like Indiana Jones moment. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally cool. Honestly, if you've never played this and you can pick it up cheap, I totally recommend it.
There's some good boss fights in Origins. That's what I remember.
Well, it's more
about
boss
it.
fights, isn't it? Because it's basically all the bosses are
Yeah.
trying to kill you.
But they're good. There's one, I can't remember the name of the boss, but it's really, really good.
Yeah, I must admit there was some weird. Oh, this is the moment. This is the moment here where you have this like boss fight that's like one punch.
Brilliant for an audio podcast, by the way.
I know, but I did have some weird glitchy shit with Killer Croc. Because the first boss fight you have is Killer Croc right at the beginning of the game. Spoilers for a game that's 6 years old or whatever. And yeah, it was a little bit weird. I was sort of fighting him, and he just disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Like it just literally blinked out of existence, but was still hitting me and stuff. And he did it at different times, and I had to keep reloading because I kept getting killed because he disappeared. And eventually I killed him, and then the game was fine after that. He didn't do anything else. It was really weird.
Weird.
So yeah, weird technical thing, but other than that, it's great. It's really good.
Nice.
I wish they'd do another Batman game now, having played this, but one without the Batmobile.
No, they put the Batmobile in. It's always great. They're doing 2 Batman games, by the way.
Yeah.
So the people
these sorts of Batman games though.
No, yeah, exactly this. Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Okay.
So the people that are making Batman Arkham Origins are working on what is it called? Hold on, give me 1 second. And I'm clicking away. They're making. Oh my god. Gotham Knights. There you go. Gotham Knights.
Right, okay.
So Gotham Knights is an up-and-coming action role-playing game based on DC Comics. Batman supporting cast. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-doo. Diddle-doo-diddle-doo. Yeah, you play as Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, Red Hood. And there's gameplay of this game out and about. It got announced about 2 months ago, I think. And it looks very, very good. So you have got your wish granted.
I've got my wish and didn't even know it.
That's right. I think it comes out next year. So you're all right there, Stu. You're going to get more of it. Set to be released for 2021. So yeah, next year.
I know when I'm enjoying the game because I played it for 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
4 hours straight. But here's the moment he just kicks him in the face and he's down. That's it. Job done.
That's it. Well, that's Batman.
That's it. Job done. Batman is hard. Yeah, it's great. So I'll definitely finish this. And it was just like I wanted to play something else that had a bit of a story and was kind of cool and fun to play. And I found something that totally scratched the itch.
That's the one.
So
that's the one. Yeah.
That's me done. I'm Batman.
Batman. Okay.
Batman.
Well, Stu, I think it's all you, Stu, because I don't think...
Is it all me? Oh, my God, I've got other stuff to talk about.
There's a man here who thinks he can help you.
Batman?
No, he's a scientist.
Batman?
It's not Batman.
I've only got a couple more things. Forza Horizon 3, I'm still playing the shit out of that game.
Okay.
Do you know, that game does such a good job of breadcrumbs. Is it breadcrumbs is the best way to describe it? Where it just keeps giving you something new all the time. So, like, you never get a chance to get bored because all the time something new's happening. He goes, you've done a few of these races. There's a barn somewhere over here. You might find a new car in the barn. So you go looking for the barn. And I found an old Ferrari Dino. And I'm like, oh, my God, I love this car when I was a kid growing up. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. I'm so gutted. So gutted that I didn't pick up the expansion packs at the same time as I got the game. But I didn't know I was going to love it this much, and that's what's annoying.
Well, you do.
Because you can't get them things anymore. That's it. You can't get them. And I'm just like, and I keep looking. I'm like, maybe there's a code somewhere that I can get.
Why are you so opposed to Horizon 4? I don't get it.
I'm not. I mean, the only reason is just because I haven't played it yet, I guess. I mean, this game has just got so much game. Like, the map is huge. I mean, it's just enormous. And there's all these different... I think what I really like about it, and I'm sure it's the same in Horizon 4, but just all the different locations and different types of track. You know, there's dirt tracks, beaches, roads... There's all sorts of change, different cars for different events. One of the most amazing races I've ever played in any game ever, right? And I don't play a lot of racing games, so that's not saying a lot. But there's a race, you have to race a train. So there's this diesel
They had
train.
that in GTA San Andreas.
Yeah.
Did they? I don't know, but I bet it weren't as cool as this. Anyway.
No, it was awful.
Shit mission. It was a terrible. I hated it.
No, this is brilliant.
I'm sure it is for this one, but it was not in San Andreas. Somebody out there listening, let me know you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear from you. I hear from you all the time.
Thanks.
You basically, when it crosses the road, you jump in it. Like every time you cross the road, you jump over the top of the train, and it's like goes into slow mo. And then I beat it by about a second, so it was like really close. And I could see it, and I'm flat out, and I could see this train at the side of me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not going to be. And I crossed the line, and I still didn't know where I'd done it. And it's like, you won the race. I'm like, yes, I did.
You beat train.
Oh my god. And it's just so brilliant. I can't tell you how good this game is. It's just brilliant.
Well, you need to know how to do that because it's a podcast.
I know, but right, here's the thing. I've never ever really, apart from MotorStorm, right, which I've finished both of those, like the.
So you have liked another genre.
Yeah. But I think that's probably why I like this so much, because it just echoes those games for me. The setting, the cars, the way it handles, the arcadiness of it. People are going, oh, let's play Forza 7. And I'm going to do it because I feel like I should now, because I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go. But I know I'm not going to enjoy it as much because it's all simmy and you've got to set your balancing and suspension and tyres and shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas this is just like, get in a car, drive it fast.
Yeah, I might try Horizon 4. I remember my brother getting into it. But
Is that on Game Pass for you as well, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Has that got cross-play?
Yeah.
I think we should do it. I think we should maybe play some of it together.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit much.
It's a bit much in it.
Wow,
So.
I just realized I have Friday off this week. Party!
Do you know what's interesting? And I know we've all been in this sort of lull, where we're not really interested in playing much of anything, and we're like, oh, I don't know what to play.
We need like a console launch.
I know we do, yeah, that could help. But this week, everything I've played, I've really enjoyed. When you're like, I love Batman, I love Phasmophobia, I love Mafia, I love Forza, everything I've
You're on a roll.
Played, I'm on a roll. I'm like, fuck it, I'm loving gaming at the moment. I'm loving playing all this stuff. And the final thing, I'll talk about this very quickly, but cool, but difficult is how I would describe this. Basically, someone's done a mod for Half-Life Alyx, which is BioShock. So it's sort of the opening hour or so of BioShock.
Interesting.
And it's cool. They haven't got everything in there because they haven't got all the assets from BioShock. So the sort of writing's not right. It's not like in that really cool Art Deco. The bathysphere is just like a lift.
So they've used assets from Half-Life Alyx and kind of cobbled together something that looks like BioShock, basically.
Yes, it is identical. When you sort of come into certain areas, it looks identical to BioShock.
Yeah.
The work and effort and time that must have gone into making this is massively impressive.
Yeah.
The guys who've made this. And it's like being down there in Rapture. It's so cool. And I'm like, this is super cool. But obviously all enemies are like head crabs, zombies.
What about Big Daddies?
Combine soldiers. No, there's none of that. Literally all the enemies are from Half-Life universe. Which is fine. But yeah, you just progress your way through, you have fights, you sort of pick up stuff. It does a good job of making you feel like you're in sort of BioShock.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the stuff that people just come up with and just go, right, I'm going to do this.
Mad.
I didn't do what this guy did. He's kind of funny. He's using the trick from Half-Life Alyx where he carries a bucket around with him and sticks everything in the bucket.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that. There's no plasmids, so that's a bit of a downer. But again, it's weaponry from Half-Life.
So it really is just the skin of BioShock in there.
It is pretty much, the skin of BioShock and with Half-Life stuff going on. But cool all the same, and it's free, easy enough to install. You just stick it in there. I mean, actually, I've never done mods before really on Steam. Duke, how easy is mods on Steam? It's just easy, isn't it?
I mod Bethesda games using a tool called, what is it called? Hang on a second. They changed the name of it. Vortex is what I use. And it's it's not super easy. I mean, Steam has its own modding system.
Yeah, well, that's all I use, the Steam Workshop thing.
Very easy. The workshop is very easy to use.
Just click a button and it's installed, and that's it. Job done.
That's the thing. Vortex is that next level type stuff, and then there's like going in and messing with your BAT files, which is how you have to modify Minecraft, sort of. So you're at the easiest. It's the easiest way to do mods right now. Steam.
Yeah.
Yes, easy. I should have just said easy.
Yeah, it is easy. It is easy if you use Steam to do it.
I don't do easy mods like that. I do different mods.
But yeah, it's cool. I like that they're doing stuff like this. And also, this guy does stuff I've like, I never thought of doing that. He's like stealing. I never did this even in Half-Life Alyx, which I guess I should have used my nonsense and done. But he's stealing ammo and stuff off guards before they're dead. He's just like, using the gloves, the gravity gloves to nick stuff like off the belts and things.
Yeah.
I just love Half-Life Alyx.
Lovely. So, are you done, Stu?
That's it. I'm done. That's everything.
Done.
That is literally everything I've played this week.
Do you think we should talk about the new consoles? Just have a
I guess we should.
like an egg timer topic.
Yeah, let's go a little bit.
Remember the?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Egg time topics.
I have those stopwatch ready. How long should I put the timer on for?
10 minutes.
I was thinking 5, but okay.
Half an hour. Half an hour.
10 minutes. Go.
So what are we getting? Nothing.
None of them. I'm right. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I am considering getting one.
Okay.
But it's not a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. Of course, it's a Quest 2 is what I'm eyeing up.
So you're eyeing up a Quest 2. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is next gen, I guess.
I'll tell you this facto mundo.
Yeah.
I am more likely to buy a Quest 2 this year than a new console.
And they're quite reasonable. I mean, $299.
$299 fucking ad.
$299 is pretty reasonable stuff.
Rip your fucking arm off for that.
For something that's more powerful than the original one and better resolution.
Yeah. I'm not going to buy a new console this year. Definitely not.
Nope.
No.
And we've talked about it before, but I'll briefly go over why. They're pretty expensive and they drop in price pretty quickly.
Yep.
And this is the main one. You ready for this one? There's fuck all to play on them.
No, and everything that's coming out on them pretty much, and I know there are a few things, but pretty much everything's either coming out on PC or coming out on PS4 or Xbox One.
I've just Googled PS5 launch game. Should we dig into this shit?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Dig in. We've only got like 8 minutes left, so here we go. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah.
So there's a met on that, which is going to be available on everything. Astro's Playroom, which apparently is very good. So that's the one. It's like Astrobot. So in PSVR, there's a PSVR game. Antonio loved it. Everybody loved it, and they've given them the keys to just make their own kind of game.
Proper game.
It's a proper game, but it's a platforming game. It's a platform.
Yeah. The PSVR was a proper game. I shouldn't demote it.
No, it was a piece of shit. Anyway, Borderlands 3.
I've got it already.
This is also apparently very good. It's called Bug Snacks. I don't know what it is, but we'll look into that in a very much. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the remake of Demon Souls, Stuart.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know, if I ever really actually got good at those games, I might be really excited, but as much as I wanted to think I could play them, I was really shit at them.
There's a game coming out called Destruction All-Stars. We don't know a lot about Destruction All-Stars, but it looks like it's going to be great fun on the PS5. It appears to be a multiplayer-focused game combining vehicular and on-foot combat. If you're looking for some Rocket League-style knockout fun, this could be the great launch. I'm going to throw one out there. It's going to be bad. I'll go through some of these. Devil May Cry 4, Dirt 5, Fortnite, of course. Godfall. I don't know what Godfall is.
play that.
Don't know what. Godfall is a self-titled looter slasher, meaning it's PS5 game all about stylish melee combat and bigger and better gear. So it's kind of like a loot dropping melee co-op game. All right, Godfall, good for you. Just Dance 2021, Maneater, which is that shark game.
It's a man-eater.
Miles Morales, the Marvel Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I mean, but again, it's coming out on PS4 as well.
Yes.
Spider-Verse.
And
So it's like,
Spider-Man is getting remastered for the PS5, even though it still looks fantastic on the PS4.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, NBA 2K21, Observer System Redux. I don't know anything about that game, so let's have a look.
Yeah, I think this is there was like a steampunk game called Observer, and I think
that's
they're
it.
doing a remake of it.
Yeah.
I've got the original Observer game. I've never played it, but it is meant to be pretty cool. It's the same developers of Layers of Fear, I believe.
Hold on, I'm getting a PS5. Poker Club is coming out.
Oh, that's it. Job done.
Poker Club is coming out, and there's a shot of somebody holding the cards, and they've got little hairs on their hands. That's how detailed they are. Holy shit. Sackboy: A Big Adventure is coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, sure,
we
whatever.
can't beat Little Big Planet, but I don't know.
Watch Dogs Legions, which is coming out on everything. Planet
It is.
Coaster. So that's the PlayStation. Nothing's tickling my balls.
It's
with
not
that.
like there's the new God of War games at launch and he can't play it on anything else. Here's the problem, though, and I said, someone else said, why aren't there more exclusives just for the PS5? And I said, the problem with that is they've got a huge, like nearly 100 million install base of PS4s, and then they're going to go, we'll just put them on this one console that's got about, I don't know, maybe 1 million at launch.
Yeah, but isn't
Or
that
we could put it on something that's already got 100 million. Like,
What
install
Duke's trying to
base
say?
as
So what's
well.
Duke? What?
Is
Shut
that
up.
always a problem? Is that different this year than it has been?
No, but I'm just saying, someone asked the question. And that was the answer.
Usually there's kind of like one big chunky exclusive on each one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually, but there isn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there isn't this. So the exclusives, all the same shit's coming out on the Xbox, but the exclusives on the Xbox is Dead by Daylight, which I think we should play together, by the way, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, again, that's already out. It's been out for ages.
Forza Horizon 4, which is already out. Gears 5, Gears...
That sounds great.
Gears Tactics, Grounded, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Sea of Thieves, Tetris Effect, Connected, and The Tourist. Don't know anything about The Tourist, but it sounds
There's a
wank.
medium. Which one's the Medium coming out on?
The Medium.
Yeah.
It's the message, according to Marshall McLuhan.
The Medium.
Medium game. Medium.
The
it's
Medium.
called.
Medium.
The Medium.
If I type in the Medium game.
Oh, that's Xbox. That's Xbox. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, The Medium is an upcoming psychological horror game made by the Blue team, coming out on the Xbox Series X and Windows. It's made by someone.
No, it's the same developers of Layers of Fear and Observer.
Oh, great.
It looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah, The Medium. There you go.
So that might be worth looking into, but I'm guessing that is coming out on other stuff.
I was sneezing. So, yeah.
I don't know what happened then.
Yakuza Like a Dragon. Which one's that?
Oh, yeah, that looks cool. Although I don't know whether I'm quite as interested in the new Yakuza game.
What?
Because
It's turn-based. It's turn-based.
Turn-based combat, man. I just want to just kick shit out of stuff.
What's wrong with turn-based? You can kick shit out of turn-based
I
combat.
know.
Don't hate.
Look, I'll give it a go, but it does put me off.
Another game is called Yes, Your Grace, coming out on the Xbox Series X. Yes, Your Grace is a strategy video game developed by Brave Knights. Strategy game. Kind of looks boring and bad. Nothing in is tweaking my tips. You know what I mean? Nothing.
No, like I say, the Medium looks cool. But that's kind of, and obviously Yakuza, but other than that, I'm not buying a console for those because I can probably play them on other stuff.
See, it's almost like they're hyping up the consoles. Don't worry about the games, but look at how powerful their consoles are. Buy one, please. And
No, that seems to be the main selling point. Is like, oh, you can play this on 8K. It's gonna have ray tracing and all that fancy bollocks. That, let's be honest, right? I know people get fucking hung up about graphics and ray tracing and all that shit.
Yes.
And
and it's
They
stupid.
do. And Cody, right? I don't want to be horrible to you,
I
right?
will. Fuck you, Cody.
But you're not gonna notice that much difference.
Oh, you are not.
You're gonna get a 3080 replaced with 2080 Ti, which is already a fucking monster. And
I said
you're
this
gonna
when the
get.
whole high-def thing was starting. It's not important.
It,
Never been important.
I don't get it. I really don't get it, right? I'm really happy with how Batman looks. I'm really happy with, how as long as it runs smoothly, that's a big deal.
It's because you're old.
But
You
here's
know.
the thing. Here's the downside. Here's the flip side to that. The more they get fixated on all these technical things, 8K, super surround, blah,
Liquid cool.
less smoothly everything's gonna run.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So it's actually.
I mean,
working.
don't get me wrong. I am impressed with some of the technical innovations with these consoles. They do look cool, and there's a lot of effort gone into building these things. But I think if you've not got a gaming PC, then whatever, just get one. But if I still think, and I say this to this day, the best combo is a decent gaming PC and a PS4, because you get all the PS exclusives. And the only time I'm going to probably upgrade to a PS5 is when they start running out on the PS4
And a Switch. And a Switch.
And a Switch. And a Switch. You don't, as horrible as it is, you don't need an Xbox.
You don't need an Xbox.
because-
If somebody said,
because all those Xbox games come out on the PC.
if somebody said to me, Mike, you can have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X for free. Just pick one. They're in both of my hands. Just take one. I would take the PS5, I think.
Yeah, because the other thing is, and I don't want to sound like a Sony fanboy here or anything, but they do make the best exclusives, right?
Oh yeah,
that is without a doubt
What does
true.
Xbox have these days?
they've got the
So
Sea of Thieves
yeah, they've got Gears of War, and
the Halos.
You can get a lot of.
Can serve no purpose anymore.
Oh,
That's it.
final
It's over.
point.
It's over.
I've got one final point.
Shut
One
up.
final point. And you can get a lot of cheap games on PC. There you go.
Yes, you can. All right,
Yes,
moving
you
on.
can.
What's next?
That was good.
You got emails?
We should do
No,
more of
we're good.
those. Hey, I'll tell you what. If anybody's got any egg timer topics that they want us to talk about, you should email the show, podcast@veterangames.co.uk. Let's go to emails, Duke.
Okay, let's do it.
Whoa, that ruled.
Okay, first email this evening is
Okay.
off Derek Sands. And he says this: sealed with a kiss.
Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
Hello, veteran gamers.
Hello.
Hello. Shh.
I thought I'd do a little public service announcement on behalf of those crazy cats from the Boss Wave podcast who recently released episode 247.
Yeah.
They may have only put out 2 shows this whole year so far.
Still better 2 shows than our
better
many
quality.
shows. Yeah.
It's better quality over quantity there.
That's right.
But the latest episode is not on iTunes. It is now being put out by the Seal podcast on
right.
Podbean.
Yeah.
No, it should be on iTunes as well, to be fair.
Yeah,
but
no,
just
if you
via
if you
the Seal
subscribe
podcast.
to the Seal Team
Yeah,
podcast,
you'll
a
hear
fine
it.
show, by the way, a
You'll
fine
hear it.
show, then you'll hear it, yeah.
I'm definitely not recommending you listen to show 247 because Chris and Rob play one of the speak pipes that I sent in. But the show does feature a special guest appearance by former regular host Seth McNitt.
Seth the man.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, do you know, here's the sad thing.
Magic lozenge.
Here's the sad thing. Seth was meant to come to EGX last year
He was.
and meet us, but some shit went down and he didn't come. But he went, that's fine. That's fine, because I'll come next year or the year after instead. And that shit ain't happening.
No.
Because the shit went down.
Yeah, fucking shit went down. Fuck. Anyway, he said you'll get to hear nearly 3 hours of the past, present, and future of video games discussed, dissected, and deliberated upon. See, we did 10 minutes, and that was enough. How better to spend 3 hours of your time during lockdown other than listening to the Veteran Gamers podcast, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Of course, totally true. While I'm showering, praise on the podcasting community. You could do worse than listen to the Seal podcast itself, especially with recent high-profile extra special guest stars like Chinny.
Yep.
Ching!
I'm on there.
And Antonio.
Antonio's on there. And also
Antonio.
Sean the Scott is on there this week or last
Sean
week.
Scott.
That's right.
If you're interested in video games, DIY gardening, and power tools, the Seal podcast is the show for you.
To be honest, I spend most of my time talking about power tools on that show.
I know.
I bought a new ladder that I'm very excited to talk about on that show when I'm on it next.
I bet you can't wait. I'm sure when Stu gets invited on the show by Fraser, he can spend at least half an hour explaining how he set up his garden decking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be a great platform to talk about the platform that you made, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, one bit of advice, if you ever do decking, screws, not nails.
Screws, not nails.
Screws, not nails.
Splits the wood.
Well, not only that, but if you have to replace a deck board because it's gone rotten or something, it's easy done. You just unscrew it and screw a new one. Nails, pain in the arse.
Hey, you got to pry it out there. You could damage the wood.
Pry it out, damage the wood, damage the beams. People don't think. They get one of them fucking nail guns and they're like, thinking that they're like quickening things up, which they are.
Your face. What you're saying right now is very boring.
Anyway,
you wouldn't. You shouldn't, Duke. You shouldn't go on that show, by the way.
No, you shouldn't.
Because that's mostly what the show is us talking about decking and the drill that I bought and stuff like that. So I don't know if you'd be suited on it.
Drills. Now you're talking. Anyway, Derek says it's all good. It's all good. Get some, Derek.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. That's
yeah.
Next email this evening is off Jacinta.
Oh, yeah, baby. What?
Her name is Jacinta.
And Jacinta says John Wick.
I haven't seen him.
John Wick. Says,
Not recently, anyway. I don't know where he is.
No. Hey, guys.
Hello.
We got a 3-month-old Staffy Cross this weekend. She's completely worn me out.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Skyforge is still a good game, but I'm not at end game yet. We'll see. There's still liking Skyforge. Question: did any of you play that John Wick game?
No, I heard it's very good though.
I've not even. I didn't know there was a.
There's a John Wick game, and it's like a puzzle.
Is it like the Hitman game?
It's Hitman Go.
Yeah, it's like Hitman Go, isn't it? I have seen it. I haven't played it though. Maybe I should. I recently saw the films and they made me want a dog. Partner has wanted one for ages.
Oh, want a dog. I thought it was want to. Sorry.
Made me want a dog. Made me want a dog. No. No. Duke, where is your mind at?
Hey, I'm just saying, when the way you read it was weird.
I just saw the film and they made me want not to go dogging Duke to get the dog.
How hard is it
Holy
to say
crap.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
Can we
God,
move on?
Duke's mind just
no,
makes us
it's the way you said it, Stu.
Partner has wanted wanted one for ages. Sorry. No, I can't even carry on reading this.
Well, I know what the name of the episode is now.
I'll bet you do. Not sure how having a cat, a 7-month-old puppy, and a newborn will go, but hey, Jacinta.
So it doesn't seem like the wisest timing to get a dog, but
whatever. The heart wants what it wants, man.
Heart wants what it wants.
I'm forever.
Do you know?
That sounds
good. Millie would give like high teeth to get a dog. She is.
Why don't you just get your daughter a dog?
No.
Stu, no.
No.
I'm guessing. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, go on.
Kay's isn't into dogs either.
No, Kay is into dogs.
Oh, is it you?
Yeah.
Is it you're the blockage?
No.
Are you the blockage?
No, that's not a problem either. I quite like dogs.
Me, but I'm not the reason we don't have a dog.
I quite like dogs, but I refuse to pick shit up. Simple as.
Right.
And Kay doesn't really want to pick shit up either. And Millie will not get up and give it a walk early in the morning. So it's like, you know what?
I think you guys like the idea of a dog.
I love my dog.
Yeah, I've said no to getting a dog.
Millie's desperate, I tell you.
Because I need a lot of looking after me.
Yeah, fuck the dog.
Yeah, me. And I'm going to get jealous if Tara's spending more time with the dog than me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, you got to think of these things.
Yeah. So we compromised and we got a pet ant.
There you go.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, just the one.
You just got to watch that thing in case you lose it.
I got news for you. We lost it.
Oh, no.
No, it didn't die. We lost it.
No, I mean, you literally
Yeah,
lost
we don't know where it went. We're still looking for him. Still looking for
You know
Steve. Steve the ant.
That reminds me, years ago, right? There used to be a thing on Radio 1 called True Stories,
Oh,
where
yeah.
people did a bit like confessions that we used to do. They did confessions.
Right.
And some dude was in the basement of his house.
Sorry.
Some dude was in the basement of his house and saw a mouse run across, and he stamped on it because he's
Okay.
like, I don't want no mouse in my
We
house.
have one episode where we don't talk about dead rodents.
Mouse in my house. I don't want no mouse in my house. And then there was a knock at the door, and the next door neighbor said, my shrews escaped. Have you seen it? He's like, no.
That's a version. The other version is that it's cigarettes under the carpet.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, this guy's doing a carpet job and he loses his cigarettes and then he realizes they're under the carpet that he just installed. And so he's like, whatever. And he uses the hammer to just pound down that spot in the carpet. And then he's leaving the job and the woman goes, hey, have you seen my bird anywhere? And the guy looks in his pocket. He's got his cigarettes in his pocket.
Ooh.
Although a friend of mine, his daughter brought home the gerbil from playgroup, and he had a little whippet, like a whippet type dog, and it was in one of those, like gerbil ball things, like clear plastic things.
Yeah.
And he was pushing it around on the carpet with his nose, and he's like, it's fine, it's safe inside the ball, until the ball came apart and it ate it. So
Right.
That didn't go well.
Yeah.
so that didn't go well, and he had to go and buy another one for her to take back to playgroup and pretend it had never died.
Oh, it's changed colour. Weird.
Do you remember what colour was it?
Yeah. So where are we on this? Are we on an email?
I don't know. Speed pipes. We got some speed pipes, haven't we? No, that was it.
No, we got a Discord.
Oh, we got a Discord. Oh, wait, wow. Discord. There's a Discord.
Yeah.
Discord. Discord. Discord.
First one is weird on the Discord. It just says "want a dog?" ?
What? That
No.
is a bit of a coincidence.
Bit of a weird one. Right. So the first one, which is definitely recent and not 4 weeks ago, is from Subu, and it says, "Evening, guys.
Evening.
With all of your Patreon money," that's right, we're keeping that motherfucking shit, in the bank, I think it might be advised to make an anti-seal podcast smear ad to halt their steamrolling to podcast domination. Because they've got a lot of people on their show, so they're
I think
stealing.
have we not answered this already? I feel like we answered this.
No, I don't know, but maybe we did, but I don't know. So he's thinking about buying Fallout 4. I don't think we did.
Oh, yeah.
No, because we talked about the ghost, didn't you, and the horrible histories thing. I think we've already spoken about this.
Did we?
Well, yes, get
Feel
Fallout
like we did.
4. The
Yeah,
answer
you
is
don't need to have played any of the previous ones. I think it was the same
you
answer
do
as
not.
last time.
Well,
play Fallout.
I like to repeat questions.
Okay, that's good.
No, we've got another one.
We have got one that came today, so this
Go on
one's
today.
definitely not been answered.
This is from the one Wilson. He says, "What do you guys think of Rambo being in Mortal Kombat 11? RoboCop is in there already. Duke."
Yeah.
I don't know why he says Duke. He just ends
Bitches
this.
leave. Because he knows I love RoboCop because it's one of the most important science fiction movies ever made.
Correct. Rambo versus RoboCop. Who you got?
Ooh, who's going to win?
RoboCop, definitely.
I'll
yeah.
tell you this. Rambo's cute, but I would like to be Weird Al's character from UHF when he does the Rambo spoof. That guy is thick.
So, do we care that Rambo's in Mortal Kombat?
Nope. Not
Nope.
even a little bit. I haven't cared about Mortal Kombat in a long time. That's why they're putting all these licensed characters in.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make me any more interested.
No.
I'm sorry.
I do like.
RoboCop's got a gun. What? How are you Mortal Kombating with RoboCop? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Clarence
Yeah.
Buttercup. Yes.
Bitches leave.
So I don't really care about the purity of Mortal Kombat, a game
Nope.
which is
I mean,
already
no, I think what
ridiculous.
he's asking is that, like, hey, does this make you interested in, playing this game? Would
It
you
does
like to play
actually. I would.
How about this? No, go ahead.
Because I think Mortal Kombat 10 is on Game Pass, but not 11. And I played 10 because Simeon was round and he was like, oh, he likes fighting games and stuff, and I downloaded it for him and I played it and I was like, this is good, this is great, I really like this, never played it again. And Mortal Kombat 11, I've heard the story is better than it should be.
That's easy to say about any Mortal Kombat
Yeah,
game.
that's right.
Shit.
But it's not it's not shit. It's like quite entertaining, kind of popcorny kind of way.
Here's a question then about these games: is who is a character from anywhere you would like to see in Mortal Kombat?
That's a great question, and if you've got a question for the show, you should join our Discord channel, and the link is in the show notes. Thanks for asking that, Duke. Who would I put in? Us three.
Rupert the Bear.
I'd put us three in there.
Yeah.
Just because.
What would be your special move, Ginny? What would be like your killer move?
I know what yours would be.
What would mine be?
You'd bore them to death. You just.
I think it would be funny to have Hannibal Lecter, and then like the killer move is you gouge the person's liver out, and then you whip out a table real quick with a Chianti.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and another one could be like he's wearing your face, and, and he just walks past your mates and goes, "Oh, what's up?" Yeah. I'm trying to think of what Duke's special move would be.
What Duke's special move be? He'd stab them with a biro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd make their head explode with lyrical rhymes.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
So he'd keep on saying them until the head blew off.
Yeah.
I like it. That's pretty good. That's better than the biro thing.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what mine would be. I don't know really. It's got to be snooker related, hasn't it?
Yeah, snooker. You'd stick 2 snooker cues up the nostrils.
Yeah.
Into the brain.
Well. Next question.
Oh god, I love that clip so much. Right. We've got nothing else in the Discord, so thank you very much for leaving that. Hey,
jingle.
It's just the Discord's a cool place. Link in the show notes. You could see.
Put down a question in the Discord, people.
Yeah.
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 Pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
We have a one. The speak pipe is from Dark Signs, and it goes a little like this.
Good evening. I'm your host. I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
Thanks for that introduction, Vincent. I'll come back to you later.
Sorry, Derek. It reminds me of Dana Gould has a bit about Vincent Price at the bar. And why won't you look at me? Talk to me. Why are you walking away from me? Anyway.
Hello, veteran gamers. It's exactly 7 days until Halloween as I record this. And I'm sure there's lots of spooky shenanigans going on online as we get nearer the day. But I'm here to recommend a movie and a video game to you and the listeners.
Go ahead.
And the movie, it's called He Never Died. And it stars the former frontman of band The Black Flag, Henry Rollins.
Okay.
It's a horror comedy from North America. I have seen it before, but it is on Netflix at the moment. And it's worth a watch, so I'll be re-watching it on Halloween itself. And as for the video game, it's one I've heard about quite a lot, but I've never owned or played. And that's Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. It's going fairly cheap on the Nintendo Switch on the eShop. It's just £7.49 until the start of November, so that's probably worth a purchase if you've never bought it before. And I'm hopefully going to finish the whole game over the Halloween weekend. And I'll just leave it at that, those 2 recommendations. And as I said, I'll come back to Vincent now and let him end the speak pipe.
Classic. Thriller time. Oh, I can scare you more than any ghoul who ever dared try.
Fun fact about Henry Rollins, by the way. My brother had the same tattoo that Henry's got on his back, which is a
big tattoo.
Big evil sun saying search and destroy. He's covered it up now, though, my brother. He's got...
Really?
Yeah.
Covered it up, but that's just the weirdest thing. I have a tattoo. I'm a bit bothered.
My brother's had so many tattoos. He's covered his whole body twice.
That's mental.
Probably not his whole body, but definitely his chest.
Has he still got Tom Hanks on his thigh, or is that gone?
Definitely his back and his chest. He's covered up twice. His legs and his arms probably not twice, but yes, he still has Tom Hanks on his thigh. Yes.
That's cool. I like Tom Hanks.
For those who don't know, that was because he allowed someone to experiment on him for a contest.
Basically, yeah, it was like a tattoo expo, which is fun stuff.
Did he know what was going to be on his leg, or did he just say, okay?
But he had a gap on his thigh, and
yeah.
The tattoo artist was like, I need a space. Can you? But you don't get to choose. It's a free tattoo, but you don't get to choose what it is. And I think getting tattoos is quite addictive for people. I think people with tattoos could probably relate to this. But what I understood about it was that, like, as the more you get, the less kind of bothered you are about what it is, but more about the kind of expression of getting something new on your body is what's addictive about it.
It's the getting, not the having, just like us with video games.
Yeah, and you can never have enough.
All right, so now it's on to this trailer that we've got.
What?
There's a sneak peek.
What?
Stu, what is this? Introduce it.
So basically, Jay has done a best of the quizzes, I believe.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So he's done like an amalgamation.
It's time for the quiz.
Trailer.
We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
Trailer. So here's the trailer for the best of quiz.
I love Jay. He's so funny.
Cool.
We like Jay
good
a lot.
stuff, Jay. Appreciate that.
Yeah, well, we'll look forward to next week's, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a weekly show?
I'm assuming so, because I think he's got more stuff to come. He's got more questions for us.
Fuck.
Welcome to the best of the Veteran Gamers Quiz of Yesteryear. Not ready yet. It's coming soon.
There
Okay.
you
That
go.
was a fun trailer.
Well, that was like a teaser trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's doing
So
a
he's-
best of the quiz of yesteryear. I
So he's
believe.
doing the best of all the quizzes that he's done.
Yes.
How long is that
Yes.
going to be?
And some other stuff.
Wow. I've given him a limit, but he's way over that.
Has
Jay,
he?
I gave him a limit. I said something. I said like maximum 45 minutes.
Yeah. And how's he
Right.
doing?
I think he's at about 2 hours.
Jesus
Who would
Christ.
talk for 2 hours about video games? That's just nuts.
It's nuts.
Get it?
And of course, Stu, you gave him that limit because there is a limit of bits on the internet that people can upload. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. Well, yes and no.
No.
We can get away with a 2 hour one, but I don't know whether people want to hold 2 hours of those talking quizzes.
I don't know if people want to hold 2 hours of us talking bollocks.
Well, you know, maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Well, but it's also curated, so it's not just randomly babbling about bullshit the way we usually do.
What I'm saying is, we talk about bollocks for 2 hours every week.
That is true.
I'm sure another show where it's actually edited to make it slightly more amusing isn't going to be
And
too bad.
interesting, no doubt.
That's right.
More so than we do, because we don't edit this shit at all.
We haven't edited this show since 2010,
If this were a real attack, you'd be dead.
because obviously I'd cut that bit out where Duke interrupts me with the sound clip.
Yeah, but we don't. We don't.
We
'cause
don't.
wants that?
It's raw.
Yeah.
It's raw.
It's fine. But he's put in a lot of work. You know, I tried to keep it to a minimum, but whatever will come, I guess.
Speaking of Mortal Kombat.
But bless him. But thank you, Jay. I don't want you to feel down. I'm not having a go. But I know because Chidi is very strict on stuff like that.
Don't put it on me. Don't put it on me, you
It's
bastard.
true. I wouldn't say it's you. You've conditioned me over
All right.
the years.
Let me put this out there. Jay, I don't give a shit how long it is. Make it longer.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, make it longer, Jay. Make it as big as you like.
These enormous genitals.
See,
exactly.
I've stopped caring about the show when Duke just plays random clips that no one knows where they're from,
Yeah, or what they mean, or,
or
why
what they
they're funny.
mean, or whatever. And now he's looking for another
I
one.
want to do shout outs. Let's wrap this up. We just
Oh yeah, shout outs. We can do that. I know. Shout out.
Hey!
Shout out.
That's from the Colbert.
You know, I don't know what to shout out anymore. I'll tell you what I'm going to shout out. I'm going to shout out Feng Chui because, you know, weather permitting, and I don't think it's going to be too terrible tomorrow. We're going for a socially distanced walking his dog for a bit of a chat and a catch up because I've not seen him for ages.
Okay.
So
That's the way he likes it, though.
I know he don't know. It totally is, right? Feng Shui is the most antisocial person you're ever gonna meet.
Yeah.
Right. It's very
He's
antisocial.
a man after my own heart.
And when the lockdown was announced the first time round, he was like, "Great, I've been doing it for 10 years.
Yes.
Sorted."
Yeah.
So yeah, he wasn't bothered in the least.
No.
About the lockdown. So there you go.
There you go.
No.
So that I'm going to shout out Feng Shui. I don't think he listens anymore, but maybe he will.
Let's check. Fuck you, Feng Shui.
Let's check. Yeah,
Fuck
see
you.
What he says. See what he says.
Somebody who doesn't listen.
And that's me, and obviously you, lovely guys, of course. There you go. How about that? And Duke's new farm. There you go. I'll shout out. Duke's
What's the
new
name of the farm again, Duke?
Chipmunk Hill.
And the reason for that is
Because there's a lot of chipmunks around, and it's on a hill.
Is that what it was originally called? Have you come up with that?
No, we called it that.
Sometimes, Duke. Sometimes I look at you and I think, "Wow, how can I be so clever as Duke?" And then you come up with names like that.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Duchess chose it, but I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And there's snow on the ground here now.
There's what?
Snow?
Dusting of snow on the ground.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
All right, it's crazy.
Is that higher up than where you used to live?
I don't know what the relative sea level.
Why don't you know?
Yeah, why don't you know? You're a smart person. What is going on? Did you not check that?
For shout outs.
You can
I
go.
feel like
Go.
there's a certain length that this show kind of tends toward.
Yeah.
And if we don't have anything to talk about, my instinct is to go, well, let's just wrap it up. And your instinct is to go, let's just sort of talk about stuff.
No, we're asking about your farm.
Ask about your farm.
Who cares about my farm? I've already told you.
Yeah, we do. We're
I
interested.
like it. I want to know.
Yeah.
You
I want
seriously
to know why there's frigging snow in bloody October.
elevation is of this building.
Because, right, you're saying there's snow in October, so I'm thinking, oh, it must be higher up than where you used to live.
Oh my God, no, it's Wisconsin.
We did so well. We did so well.
Jesus Christ, Duke.
We did so well. We had one episode where you two didn't bicker, and look at you now. Huh? Jesus
Anyway,
Christ. Anyway,
I will
Shout out to bickering.
Adrian McKinty. He's a writer in Ireland who's got, hang on a second, let me see. Oh shit, wrong one. Tapping is hard. 17,500 followers. Like, he's kind of a big deal writer.
He's gonna totally be listening.
Damn.
He, yeah, I don't care if he's listening or not, but he gave a shout out to a piece I wrote about Barton Fink, the awesome movie, the best movie ever made about writing. And then we started arguing about this minor point in the movie, and I was like, I can see how you would read it that way. I happen to think it's this. And he was like, there's no evidence for that. It doesn't make any sense. My interpretation is the only one that fits. And I'm just like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? And then I quoted something that the Coen brothers had said about it, and it was like, basically like, we're just teasing the audience. Like, it doesn't mean anything. And he was like, oh, those Coens, they're hard to read, huh? And I'm like, yeah, but just, you're so, whatever. It was
Chill.
nice of him to shout out my original
Yeah,
piece.
you liked him.
Well, I like the fact that he gave me love. I'll also shout out John Mouse because he had to leave the school that he's teaching at because it sucked. And
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, he recently said, handed in my notice to quit my job yesterday. This was yesterday, so the day before yesterday. Final day is December 18th. I always said I'd never leave a job without having another to go to, but in my opinion, no job is worth sacrificing your own mental health or soul for.
Wow.
So I asked him, hey, I hope you're not giving up teaching. And he said, no. I just need to find a new school because the one that I'm in now sucks. So anyway, I will also shout out Fraser Moore. Sorry, I had to cough there.
I thought, shit, he's cut off.
I thought you died.
Yeah, I did.
I posted a thing about crossword puzzles that drove me nuts, and he was like, everyone knows that stuff. What's up with you? That was very funny because that's exactly what I thought someone would say. And then he said,
I love Fraser.
He's funny,
so
isn't he?
funny.
He's funny.
He's very funny.
Oh, because he's always fun on Twitter, and everybody else. Tainted Brain is fun on Twitter, and who else do I correspond with regularly? Turtle502. And yeah, the rest of the gang. Also, if you're in the United States, vote early, and let's make sure we have an overwhelming victory so that there's no question of who won.
So in America, Duke, and I'm not trying to extend.
It's fine. I have to warn you, this is an especially horrible topic right now.
I'm genuinely interested, right? And I'm not trying to extend the show, right?
Oh no.
No. I'm not going to say like, is Trump that bad? No, I'm not going to say anything like that, right?
Go on, say
What?
it, say
No.
it, I dare you.
So you in England we vote in a day.
Right.
So in America, isn't that the way it happens?
It normally does, but because of the pandemic,
Okay.
A lot of people are voting by mail.
Right. But didn't Trump try and stop the postal service?
Yes. So he has fiddled with the postal service, and then we forced him to stop doing that.
Okay.
But he keeps saying over and over again, mail-in ballots are fraudulent. People who vote by mail are a bunch of frauds, even though he votes in by mail.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just trying to get his base to be angry about the mail-in votes because he knows he's going to lose. So the best way he has to try to steal the election is to say, on the day of the vote, because it takes a while to count all the mail-in votes.
Mm-hmm.
So on the day of the vote, he's going to say, oh, look, the results say we won, and we don't need to count all these other votes.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going to try to stop the counting of the votes.
Right.
And so what we need to do is have this overwhelming margin of victory so that basically the question is, when can we get the Republican Senate to say Biden's the winner? Because chances are that's what's going to happen. The question is it going to take a long time, and is it going to drag on for weeks and weeks and weeks, or is the Republican Senate going to say, all right, the writing's on the wall, Trump, you lost. There's no point in trying to fight this. But who knows how ugly
Is there any chance he's going to win again?
Yeah. Oh, sure. There's a chance.
Yeah. I
mean, he wasn't supposed to win in 2016.
No.
There are a number of different things now. There's a lot fewer undecided. There's a lot more participation early in the process.
Yeah.
So there are some good signs.
And it's not like much has changed since 2016.
Well,
it's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah. Like
correct me if I'm wrong, though, Duke. Correct me. He
fucked.
has a lot of support, doesn't he?
He does have a lot of support,
and that's weirdly
he has built very successful insulated silos. People get their news and their view of the world. It's not just news. It's like their whole view of everything from this tiny group of sources. And it's so cult-like because it convinces them, don't trust anything from outside this little group of sources. So if you come up with any kind of fact or information, they just have an answer for it right away. I know that's not true. I know I don't need to pay attention to that. I'm sure the coronavirus isn't going to affect anybody I care about. And if they did, I mean, I've seen interviews with people who are like, yeah, my uncle has it, but he's probably going to be fine. And it's like, dude, don't let your president get your uncle killed.
No.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Have you watched a show called The Social Dilemma, Duke?
I have. It's a very good, and it's exactly what I'm talking about.
It's exactly what you're talking about, where they say, because mobile phones are designed to feed you content that you agree with all the time, right? To get you to use your phone more so that you look at ads because they get money for those ads, right? Yeah. So the interesting thing about that is, there's all serious consequences to that, but like the funny one was the flat Earth stuff. Like, why did flat Earth theory get so popular recently when we have like an amazing amount of evidence to say that the Earth is round?
Absolutely.
But it's because they get stuck in this bubble
They go down
of
rabbit hole.
information where they go, and when they try and search for the truth, their truth comes up because the phone knows that's the kind of stuff that they would like.
Exactly. And it's not just phones, it's also, web browsers, everything.
Google, everything.
The question is, right, exactly. The question is, do Google and Facebook and Twitter have a responsibility to make sure that they're transmitting actual good information, or are they just like, whatever, man? Because if we think about it, they're not just like highway engineers, right? That's the way they're going to present themselves. Is we just build the infrastructure. What people do with it is up to them, right? The highway engineer isn't responsible if you have a child kidnapped in the trunk of your car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the highway, that's what they think of themselves. We're just highway engineers. We're just building the infrastructure, and then people use it for various purposes.
Don't shoot the messenger. We're just the messenger.
Exactly. And we're not responsible for determining what's going on these, networks. But it's a much more apt comparison to think of them as librarians. Librarians would never have a book in their library that's like, here's why the earth is flat, or much less 10 of those books, right?
Yeah.
So if Facebook and Twitter really want credibility as like purveyors of information, they really ought to be stepping up and doing some of that delineation and choosing like, this is good information, this is bad information. because especially when it comes to something like the Earth being flat, and I realize it gets a lot more complicated when we get into politics. But when it comes to something that's like scientific fact, like the shape of the Earth,
Is it though?
that's not up.
Is it what
Is it
it is? What
Because then
it
it's
is?
like the Holocaust. Like, did the Holocaust happen? I don't know. Maybe not. Yes, it did. And that shouldn't be up for debate.
You should definitely watch the new Borat movie because that relates to what you were
Well,
just
I
saying.
would love to. I'm just not going to give Jeff Bezos any more.
Just give me the money and I'll send it to you.
Anyway, are we done with the show? Is this?
I think we're done. I
gotta do my shout-outs.
Oh no, Chinny has we got on a tangent.
Look at what a hypocrite I am. We just talk about whatever, and then it's something I'm interested in. Oh, okay.
I was genuinely interested, Dick.
No, I know. I'm saying
I know.
If I'm bored, I'll just play sound clips.
I think
But
we
once
should
you start talking
dedicate.
about what I care about. Then I'm like, okay, let's extend.
I
the
think
show.
because I sometimes, again, Chipmunk Hill. I forget how clever you are, and then you talk about that stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, he's so clever. Right, so I think we should dedicate the last 5 minutes of every show to Duke's rant corner about anything he wants.
Yeah.
If only I had a separate podcast.
No, I think
I
think
know,
you should use this
I'm not
platform.
reaching the same audience as I would.
Yeah, you should use this platform as a kind of stepping stone for that.
Duke rant corner.
Yeah. So shout out to the Patreons. We've got Deck, Steve, Kev, John, Adam, Armar, Christian, Matt, Robert, and Nigel. Thank you very much. You can be a Patreon. If you're crazy, send us your money and we will do nothing with it so far. Also, shout out.
We'll do nothing with it.
But we got plans for it.
We got plans. Shout out to Dave Bing in the chat who says any snooker content soon coming, Chinny. So I've been very quiet on the snooker YouTube channel, mainly because of this condition that I've got. It's called lazyitis, and it's serious.
Lazyitis, I like it.
So I will try and get back onto it. And I'm going to be doing more streaming on the Veteran Gamers channel because I don't abandon my channels like Stu does. So
I've been streaming with you.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but
not really the way it works. Then.
No,
you're not going to build your brand that way.
So I think we're going to do some Phasmophobia on Wednesday sometime this week. So stay tuned for that.
Yes,
but that's about it. So that's my shout outs.
Yeah. By the way, Chinny.
Yeah.
Chinny. Talking of Phasmophobia,
Mm-hmm.
I figured out how you can have my stream on your stream at the same time. You probably already know this.
Not really interested in that, but go on.
No, but I'm just saying. Then you can see everybody's points of view as you're playing.
Yeah, but I don't really care about your point of view.
But
tell me how to do it. Go.
Like this podcast.
Basically, it's very quick and easy. Basically, you just set up a link to another web page, and I just stream it on my stream, and you just link to that page. And you can just
I'm not doing that. You know why? Because it's all going to be out of sync.
Is it?
Yeah.
Out of sync. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
VGHub.net, and on there you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts similar in vein to ours, but different in the way they're delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects. Some talk about RPGs. Some might say that.
No one says that.
Then of course you have links to great forums.
You don't have any other friends.
So check it out, VGHub.net. It is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
Shout out to Greg DeLacy for giving me that sound clip, and CP Matthew was there, and Chinny was there. It was great. I forgot to shout out somebody.
You did?
I'll shout them out now. I would like to shout out myself for being a lazy hypocrite, because when we were moving, I said, not really lazy, but just whatever. I made a list of things to do, during the move, and this, that, and the other thing. And I crossed them all off, except there was one that said clean fans in PC, because I thought new house, it's unplugged anyway. I might as well open it up and clean the fans. And then as soon as I got into the new house, I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not cleaning this fan.
I got an idea for. You've just reminded me, Duke. I got an idea for Egg Timer topic next week. What I plan to do with my move.
Is it gonna be a surprise?
No, I'm gonna move my desk around. We could talk about that. It's fascinating stuff.
Okay.
No, we're not. No, but I'm gonna get one of those standing desks though, Duke, and I'm gonna do the same thing, where because I'm taking everything out. I feel like I should blow it all out with the fan.
There you go. Why not?
But I don't know. And also the PS4 and the Xbox are looking a bit dusty these days. So should I open them up and just?
I just went through all the phone jackers again.
Yeah. So I might do.
My name's a fool. I am so cool. I stretch a canvas. Cause I got the girth.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is that the show?
That's the show.
I mean, that's the show.
That's it.
And I've stopped recording. It's late here. It's 6 o'clock already. Although it was a shorter show than usual.
So your clocks go back next week, too?
Yes.
So you're back.
PG, what episode did I say it was?
564.
564. It's on this.
The title of the show will be What?
And I got my week at a glance done. Yay! So now when the principal comes to my Zoom class tomorrow, which he will, he'll see that we've got the WAG going on. And Friday's a day off. Yay! 3-day week. Actually, yeah, it's a 3-day week. Yay!
Always Friday now.
Friday is a day off. It's an optional professional development day. And I'm about as professionally developed as you can get, so fuck off.
So are you going to professionally develop on Rocket League, maybe?
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Except that's not my profession. But I am going to professionally develop a TED Talk because I had this lady ask me to pitch a TED Talk. And so I'm going to be preparing that.
You're going to do, what would it be on?
It's going to be on the hiding is the suffering, based on a Kafka quote, and it's going to pull in discussions about East Timor and my own personal evolution and how I met my wife and how we engage with the world and how it can fight despair and a million other things. So yeah, strap in, baby. It's going to be sick.
Interesting.
Yeah, because she has me come to talk to her class at SUNY about Barton Fink. So, yeah, and that was a really good discussion.
If I was to do a TED Talk, what would it be about?
Filmmaking.
No.
Killing shit in Fallout.
No.
See, you thought about that one a bit more, though.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Is there really a TED Talk in that, though? I mean, I don't know if that could sustain itself.
The first time I wanted to kill shit in the game.
The first time I wanted to blow up Megaton was yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't know. What would yours be about, Stu?
Fuck knows. I've no idea.
Decking.
Decking. How to do decking decking for amateurs.
Screws instead of nails.
Screws instead of there. That's the best bit of advice I can give you.
To be fair, I gave away the game in the title of my TED Talk because that's all I'm going to do.
Screws, not nails.
Or how about screw you and your deck?
Yeah, screw your dick.
Dave Bing in the chat says, is Stu still big on VR?
Oh yeah.
He just talked about how he wants to play this game on it.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing. I've played a game this week in VR.
Yeah,
talked about it on the show.
And you're going to get a new one.
And I'm getting a new. I'm going to go for the Quest 2 with the fancy headset.
What are you going to do with your old helmet?
I don't know. I might keep it.
Throw it in the river.
No, I might keep it.
Now. Send it to China. They can throw
I might. Yeah, what I'd said to Kay is I might keep my old one for like exercise type VR, which gets all sweaty and horrible, and new one just for games only and not sort of getting all sweaty and horrible.
VR helmets.
Exactly. One for getting sweaty and one for not getting sweaty. I think that's the way to go. Sweaty and non-sweaty.
All right, fam. I'm out.
Catch you later.
Yay. Thank you, dude.
Have a great week.
See you in a bit.
And we'll see you on next Sunday.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace. So, Chinny. Chinny, Chinny.
That's me.
What are you playing?
Did we just do a whole show about that?
Well, are you playing music?
Spiritfarer. You mean what I'm playing on the guitar?
Yeah, no, what are you playing on the guitar? Are you just jamming?
Just I was playing Don't Think Twice, It's Alright by Bob Dylan.
Is that what that was? Quite soothing, that, shouldn't you? I'm gonna say. You know, Bob Dylan was here. Oh my God, he's here.
It's alright. What did you say, Bob? Bob, what did you say?
Nobody knows what he's saying.
Bob, are you singing? I'm sorry, Bob. You're gonna have to move on. This is X Factor. We've pressed the buzzer. I'm sorry, Bob. We're just not interested. I don't think you're the right fit for X Factor. We've pressed the buzzer. Where you're out. You've got to walk off the stage.
Impressive stuff, that.
Bob Dylan, everybody. Bob Dylan.
Wow. That was impressive.
Dave Bing says, I miss the snooker streams where Chinny would just jam while waiting for his shot, which was quite often.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I might do one this week. I went on a date night on Thursday.
Oh, where are you going?
No, I went on one.
Oh, you went on one. Where did you go?
Funny enough, I went with my wife. It would have been weird if I went with someone else.
I get that you went with your wife. I didn't think you'd gone with someone else.
Yeah. She's Tara says, do you fancy a date night? And I went, who with?
Who have you got in mind?
Who you got? Who's behind door number one? Didn't go down well. Shoot that one.
Oh.
Didn't go down well.
I thought you meant the date in general.
No,
didn't go down.
yeah. No, we went.
Who's the door number? My mum. What?
You took it.
That would have been a crazy night out, I've got to say.
You took it to a weird place. Oh, man.
See you later, Tara. I'm going to have some fun.
Oh,
well, have you got the vodka jelly?
Jesus Christ. No, we went to... We went to Miller and Carter.
All right, okay. Yeah, like a steakhouse.
Steakhouse, yeah.
Steakhouse.
But big shit happened. The favourite thing on the menu, my favourite thing on the menu, they don't serve it no more.
What?
You should have seen me. You should have seen me shoot. I fucking kicked off. Right, I said to him.
I stabbed him with a steak knife.
I said to him. I said to him. Shoot. I said to him. Right, I said.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you not have the smothered chicken anymore? They went, no, we don't. Oh, okay. And I fucking told them. Told them.
That is just not on.
I just fucking had it. I just had it out with them. I went crazy.
I'd have just gone. I'm like, I'm having none of this. I'm out of here.
Yeah. I went mad. I only tipped them like £1.
I think that's fair. I think
£1
is a fair amount if you haven't got what you actually went for.
I went back the next day and apologised and tipped them properly, but still, I think I made my statement.
Yeah, I think you made your point.
Yeah.
Weirdly here, obviously we're in tier 3, so everything's shut.
Yeah, you fucked it, yeah.
Yeah, but not fucked because people are finding ways around it. There's a pub in Preston that's giving chicken wings and chips for a penny with every drink you buy.
Right.
So you get chicken wings, you just pay a penny. He was giving it away for free. So he was just giving food for free so people would come in and drink. And Preston Council went, nah, we've looked at the rules and regulations and you have to charge people for the food. So we went, okay, 1p to eat here. So it's charging a penny. So there you go. People are finding ways around it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. People will, won't they? Unless you're going to absolutely lock and shut the pubs and the restaurants and say, like, that's it. Tier 3, you're done.
Yep.
Then people will constantly just find ways around it.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know, weird old, again, I know I say this every week, but fucking this morning, I was like, God, it's a fucking weird world.
It's a weird time, man.
It's a weird fucking world.
You just assume things are going to get better as time goes on, but they really don't.
No, they're not. But I hope they will. I mean, they will eventually, I guess. But when that is anybody's guess. Who knows? It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, I was thinking, like, tomorrow I'm going for a walk with Sean, but we'll have to be 2 meters away, and he's got a dog and stuff, and we'll have to go to the park. It's just weird. It's fucking weird.
We're in tier 2.
Yeah, you're tier 2, aren't you, down there? Tier 2, tier 3, who knows what any of it means.
Technically, because this morning I picked up some potatoes for my mum and dad.
Yeah, yeah. Potato.
Dropped those potatoes off.
Yeah.
In the outhouse.
Yeah, because basically you can't go in.
Because I can't go in the house.
Well, unless are they in your bubble? Are they a bubble? Have you got a bubble?
I don't really have a bubble.
Well, you could have had a bubble with your mum and dad. Has Tara got a bubble with her mum?
Don't know. Well, I'll ask her. I haven't seen a bubble. Could you see it?
You can have You can only have one bubble though, so you'd have to choose.
But
would it be your mum or her mum?
Do you blow the bubble?
No, you don't blow the bubble.
I went to the Eden Project. There was loads of bubbles there. Is that the bubble?
That's a bubble. That is a kind of bubble.
Have you been to the Eden Project?
No, I haven't, but I'd like to go. But you said it was shit.
I won't go. I won't go. It's a greenhouse.
It's a giant greenhouse.
Greenhouse in the middle of Cornwall. You don't want to go there.
I went to the Botanical Gardens in Glasgow.
Glasgow?
Home of Armagh.
Glasgow?
And they were cool.
You like it there?
I liked it.
Alright, okay. Nice. 61 days
So,
till Christmas.
whoa, Dave Bing, where are you living? Because in tier 3, that's not a thing. That's only are you in Wales? Are you in Wales, Dave? Because in the UK, you can still like buy stuff in tier 3. What?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, though I heard that on the radio today. Non-essential items are covered up. The government are saying that you shouldn't sell non-essential items in supermarkets. That's true.
What, in tier 3?
I
thought that was only in Wales. Oh, he is in Wales. That makes sense. No, you're not in tier 3, mate. You're in full lockdown. That's why. You're in full lockdown. You're not in tier 3 at all.
I was in Swansea about 3 months ago.
Yeah, I did see that shit, man. I was like, because a woman was like, I've just come back from Europe or something, and I need to buy school uniforms for my kids, and I can't. I can't even buy school uniforms, which is a bit man.
Just send your kids to school naked.
Yeah, send them naked. Yeah, Wales is a bit mad at the moment, I've got to say. They are reviewing it apparently because someone got assaulted.
When I went to Wales, I went to Swansea, as I said. It was dead relaxed there, like in terms of like wearing masks in the shops and stuff. No one give a shit at all.
Yeah, well, look what's happened now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, no, tier 3 was the highest, and then Wales went lockdown. Yeah, yeah. That'll be us next, though. To be fair, I don't know.
Well, you're in tier 3, aren't you, Stu?
Yeah, we're in tier 3. Tier 3 is kind of like tier 2, but pubs aren't allowed to open, but restaurants are. So that's the biggest difference between tier 3 and tier 2. I don't know. There's too much fucking complication.
So the difference between tier 1 and 2 really is that you can't go indoors with 6 people.
Yeah. So in tier 2 and 3, you can't mix with other households.
You can go to work and mix with as many.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. You can't mix inside the private garden, but you can go to the park in tier 2 and 3. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's working because it's still they were supposedly simplifying it, but it's still too complicated. Yeah. People still are like, well, what can I do in this tier? What can I do in that tier? I don't know what this tier means. Yeah. Dave, bless him, he thought tier 3 was what he was in.
Dear me.
That's what I mean. It's so confusing. Everybody's confused. No one knows what one thing means or another. But I don't know. COVID.
What do you think about the whole the flu? It's like another flu. Should we be so careful? Theory.
No, but it isn't though, is it?
Why?
It isn't, because like way more people have died of this than die of flu every year. And there's also all the unknowns. That's the other problem. You know, it's like
I thought it killed about the same amount of people as the flu, or the flu is more harmful.
No, it is. No, this is way more harmful.
I don't think it is.
See, this is it. Disinformation, man.
I don't know. I don't support any mad theory or anything. I'm just prodding away. I heard that it was not even real. That's my problem with it's not real. Like the government. So what are they getting out of it?
What are who getting?
Like the government. Like, you know, when people say, "Oh, it's they're controlling everything," what are they getting out of it?
They're not.
If they could, you know,
well,
what's he called in Infinity War? The purple guy.
I know.
What's he called?
Oh, thingy.
Is it Thanos?
Thanos, yes, Thanos.
If they could click this thing like Thanos away like that, they would do it. If Boris had the glove.
Well, the only thing that they're getting out of it at the moment is all these private companies that are making a fucking fortune on the back of it.
Okay.
You know, but I don't know how that.
Who's making a fortune?
Oh, all these private consultants and stuff that are doing all the track and trace shit. And Operation Moonshot, they're getting like $7,000 a day. That's a lot of money. £7,000 a day.
Almost as much as we get for the.
I
show.
know. So here we go. Just to give you some statistics, Chinny. Statistics. COVID-19 causes more severe diseases, is a more severe disease than seasonal influenza. While many people globally have built up immunity to seasonal flu strains, COVID-19 is a new virus which no one has immunity. This means more people are susceptible to infection and will suffer severe disease. Globally, about 3.4% of reported COVID-19 cases have died. By comparison, seasonal flu generally kills fewer than 1% of those infected.
So what was the percentage on COVID?
So 3.4% die from COVID who get it.
That's a lot when you're talking hundreds of thousands of millions, isn't it?
Yeah, less than 1% for people who get flu.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue is, Chinny, this is what people maybe or may not think about.
Yeah.
Currently in the UK, even though we've had 800,000 like confirmed infections, which sounds like a lot, you know, nearly 1 million, but we have a population of 77 million people. So currently, that's only a very small amount of people.
Yeah, I heard something about like less than 3% of the population of the world has had it.
Yeah. So it's a very small amount at the moment.
Yeah.
But the issue is there's still a lot of people who haven't had it and who are still susceptible to the disease, and that's the issue we've got. So that's why they're trying to stem it, because, you know, the more people that get it, the more people are going to die.
Basically.
I mean, even currently thinking, Ryan, this is just a crazy number when you think about it. Currently, there's about 8,000 people in hospital with COVID.
And that has knock-on effects, doesn't it? Because then people who need the hospital for other treatments, like cancer or whatever, they get put back or delayed because of it.
And there's sort of currently something like 800 people on life support, like on ventilators and stuff. So it's still, you know, again, it's not huge numbers, but when you think 200 people are dying every day from it in this country, like every day 200 to 300 people are dying.
Yeah.
And that's it. Every one of those people belongs to some family somewhere, you know, someone's family. It's kind of sobering, isn't it? You know, when you think, because it's almost like if China hadn't released the virus with, you know, whatever happened there, then all those people would still be alive, and that's how you got to look at it. You know what I mean? All those thousands of people, 59,000 people who would still be alive.
I see what you're saying. Blame China. Got it.
Well, you know, it originated. I'm not saying it's a China virus like Trump.
China.
But it originated in China.
China.
It originated in China. I don't know. It's just, it's kind of. I guess everything's perspective, isn't it? It's how you look at it.
You know, the first person that got it.
Not personally, no.
No, but imagine if you were that person.
I know. Do you know? I remember. Do you know what I remember the most about this? And this is just crazy. But the one thing I remember the most. Was when the two Chinese people in York had it. As confirmed case, 2 Chinese tourists, and everyone was like, well, you know, it's only 2 people, we'll be fine. And then I think it was all the people coming back from Italy that really spread it, but fuck me, it went mental, didn't it? Oh God. Yeah, Borat's. It's Borat's fault. That's what. Let's blame Borat. I don't know. I just think it's all crazy.
It is.
You know, it is. It is crazy. But yes, it's a bigger killer than flu. And the other problem is it's all the unknowns. This is the biggest issue with it. People not knowing the long term.
Does it give you a tail? No one knows that.
No.
Does anybody know that?
No one knows.
No
And
one
herd immunity, it's no one knows whether that will ever happen because it can potentially mutate like the cold virus does because it's from the same family as the cold. So you could just get a different strain of it each time you get it.
Cold loves a mutation, doesn't it?
Yeah, the colds mutate all the time. That's why
Loves
there's
it.
no vaccine.
It just goes. Like that.
That's why you can't cure the cold because there's no way of doing it because it mutates. Every time you get a cold, it's a different strain to the last time you got it.
He goes, gotcha again, motherfucker.
Body fights it off, but he doesn't have any sort of immunity to the next one you get. And it comes from the same virus family, which is a problem.
The problem
But
with
I
it,
ain't no scientist.
the problem with it is that it's the perfect amount of harmful, but not harmful.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Because
with SARS and Ebola, and they're all so severe.
Yeah.
That if you've got it, I mean, you fucking know.
Yeah,
but
and
it's also
die.
It's also so far removed from flu and common colds that it's like, well, you know, we can treat it differently. But with this, it's so. I mean, I could have had it at some point, and I don't even know.
Yeah, could have done.
It's like the right amount of harmful. It's just harmful enough to kill people, but not everybody.
You could die. You could die if you get it, but you just don't know.
Yeah, not everybody.
Yeah, you could be fine.
But you could be fine. Probably fine.
You could be fine, but you could die.
It's that kind of flu where you go, you'll probably be fine.
It's when they say, right, this is what gets you, right? It's when they say, today, 280 people died. So it'd be like 272 had underlying issues, but 8 didn't.
Yeah.
And some of those 8 that didn't were aged between 20 and 40. And then you're thinking, shit.
Yeah.
And that's a problem, isn't it? Because you could be one of those 8 people.
But then, and everybody, I remember when it first came out, right? And everybody was like, it's the old people flu.
Yeah.
And then like a 13-year-old like girl died of it or something. And I remember all the teenagers like who were licking toilets and taking the piss. That died. That was true. They were licking toilets, like going to Corona parties. Do you not remember this?
Yeah.
And that stuff dropped because they were like, oh, we can die from it as well. So yeah. It's not a guarantee, is it?
No, Dave says, are either of you affected by the current situation work-wise?
Well, you're not really, are you? You just have to be
I'm
careful.
not affected. Well, apart from having to walk around with a mask on all day, I've not been affected really at all. And I work in a care home, so I'm in a very highly sort of dangerous place for COVID to get into.
Yeah, you're the problem at your work. Is because
the staff are the risk.
Yeah, the staff are the risk
because we're the people who could bring it in.
So imagine those folks at your place. They don't go anywhere, do they?
No, they're not even. They're not allowed out or anything. I mean, at the height of the lockdown, they weren't allowed to leave the rooms for about 3 weeks. So they had to just stay in the rooms and stuff. Which is.
What was you doing the food? Was you just delivering it to the door?
Yeah. So all the food was just delivered to the rooms on trays. But it's a little bit more relaxed now, but we're still obviously very strict, and we have weekly tests. So I get tested every week for COVID. And I have to wear a mask all day, which isn't a big deal. You know, everyone who moans about wearing masks in supermarkets, get a grip.
You know what? Look, I wore a mask.
It's not a big deal.
We had to do some filming on Monday, right? I wore a mask all day, and I forgot I had it on because
you do. I don't even notice it anymore.
Because the customer. There's a photographer there taking pictures and stuff, and she says, "Oh, I'm really glad that you guys, you really respect the rules and stuff around the restrictions because you was wearing your masks all day." And I shut myself for a second. I was like, "Did I? Was I wearing a mask all day?" Because I don't even remember wearing it. But luckily, I was, and all that sort of stuff.
Luckily, I
was, but like I just don't remember wearing it at all, because it's like not that big of a deal.
It isn't
at all.
People make it. I think people just refuse to wear them on principle rather
Yeah,
than
it's like,
because it's
yeah.
uncomfortable or an
If you've got glasses, it is a bit annoying.
Yeah, they do steam up. K's steam up all the time.
Yeah, but you know, sauce. But you're just gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I don't know what pickle pencil. I'm guessing is he French?
I don't know.
Connaissatatu? Connaissatatu? Sounds French, doesn't it? I don't know what it means. Connaissatatu? I'm gonna do Google.
Well, I've just done a Google Translate.
Yeah, what does it mean?
And in Glacian, in English, it translates to pussy, even you.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is that a serious translation?
You do it.
I know. I'm assuming you. I'm assuming it's true.
See what comes up for you.
What a weird thing.
What's Glacian? Is that Irish?
I have no idea. Well, if it's Glacian to
It's
English,
Gaelic.
It's
Oh, it's Gaelic. Yeah, it's Irish.
Cones even you.
Oh yeah, cones even you. But I got pussy even you.
Well, yours was weird. What does that even mean? What does it mean then?
So,
cones even you. I'm Irish. It means how are you? It doesn't mean fucking pussy even you. What's the matter with you?
Just saying. It means how are you? All right. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Ginny's thinks it said pussy.
I don't know. Well, that's what Google told me it said. Right, let me see. I've never tried to speak Gaelic before.
Oh my god.
I'm good. Thank you. Let's have a look what this.
Oh, you're doing it the other way. It's
So,
not perfect, is it?
S2 Ben Grassas. Is that it? S2 Ben Grassas? S2 Ben Grassas.
Esteban Grassas.
Esteban Grassas. Is that right? I'm
don't
good,
know.
thank you.
Oh, so he's in full lockdown as well, isn't he? Irish person. Because they're
Oh.
going home.
Oh, well, I think I got it right.
Tamago Mafili.
A Philly. All right. I wonder if Bongo knows Gaelic. I've never had anybody come into the YouTube channel speaking Gaelic before.
Tamago Maf. What does that mean?
Fuck knows.
See, we're getting a lesson in Gaelic here.
So Welsh is more common, I feel like, than. How do you fucking?
How do you know it's more common? Just because you've never.
No, I come across Welsh more, should I say? I don't know.
Right, okay. You have to put Irish in, not Glacian, whatever that was.
Oh, okay.
That's I am good.
Oh, I am good. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me say, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Go.
Which is in Irish. Go rabbith math agat a blethlin.
There you go. I'll let off Google Translate because we just had it in the wrong language. It detected the wrong language to begin with. For my more.
Do I know any Irish songs?
Do you know any Irish songs?
That's an Irish. I can't remember how it goes.
This is a fun game, sticking stuff in Google Translate, isn't it? Yeah, just do something that sounds Irish. Come on, see if you can do something. Oh, thank you, he says. Thank you. Yeah, you need something that's got a bit of a jig to it. Go on, it's a bit jiggy.
It's
They've got to be played fast. These.
Yeah.
Got to be played fast.
I don't really know any Irish jingles.
Just jam, man. Just go with the flow. Go.
I can't do it. I don't know any Irish music.
That sounded pretty good. I think if you did it a bit faster, it'd be good.
Sorry.
Now he's messing with us because he's writing Welsh. That last one's Welsh.
No, that's...
No, that's Sutwichi is Welsh.
Oh, that's Dave. That's a different person.
Oh, that's Dave. I wasn't even looking. I just assumed it was Pick or Pencil again.
Stupid tit.
Oh, here you go. Fields of Aphany. There you go. Look.
Is that what I'm playing?
I don't know.
If he's told me the song that I'm playing, then I will be very, very...
So, well, what are you playing?
I'm playing... When I was at a guitar teacher, he taught me this like Irish jingle thing. And I've never known what it is. Oh no, this is just some other song, I think.
No, go on then. Let's hear this one. See if you can play it.
I don't know what it... Hold on.
You got tabs? So you got tabs?
Yeah, it'll have tabs. I'm just listening to it.
Oh, okay. I feel like you could do a good Irish tune, Chinny, on your guitar.
Could I now?
I think you could, Lee.
Right. Well, you'll wait and see about that, you little bastard. No, sheesh. Okay. Alright. Let me go.
Okay. Now you ready?
But I don't know. I've got to know how it goes, though.
Well, you're not listening to it.
Well, that's I'm talking to the person in the chat. Right. There's 97 confirmed tabs for this. All right, I got it. Yeah, just cookies.
Oh, here we go.
Cookies.
Here we go. Are we cooking with gas, Chinny?
By the lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they are taken you away. See, I don't know how it goes.
Well, just play the chords.
Shall I just guess? Shall I just guess?
Play the chords.
By a lonely prison wall,
I can't believe you're doing an Irish accent.
Heard a young girl calling. Michael, they are taking you away.
That's good.
Where you store your traveling corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. No lie, the fields of Ather. How do you say it?
Atheny. Atheny.
Atheny. Where we once.
It's going well. It's going
It's going very well, isn't it? Yeah. No, I kind of get the sense that it's going very well.
It's going very well.
We once watched the small free birds fly.
Oh, he's getting into it now.
Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It was lonely round the fields of Atheny. Well, that was an experience.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was quite impressed. I wasn't expecting it to be good.
Obviously,
but
it
was
sounds
actually all right.
Obviously, it sounds nothing like that.
I don't know. I'm guessing it probably does.
But
look, pick or pencil. Was it close?
Yeah,
that's what we need to know. We don't know.
It's worth a subscribe, though, isn't it?
I think it's definitely worth a subscribe.
Worth a subscribe.
He's like tuned in after the we've done a show already, and this is just us talking shit afterwards.
Yeah, imagine if this was the show.
I know he probably thinks it is. He's like, this is a weird show where people just talk about COVID
on Twitch
and
though,
play guitars.
On Twitch, a lot of people just do this.
I know they
just do this. They don't do anything.
Oh, he's already subbed. There you go. You see.
Right, there you go. Oh, well, hence why he's here.
Oh, he's in for a treat now. He'll be coming next week going, where's the guitar gone? What's happening?
Yeah. I think...
Oh, do the Spanish. You do good Spanish guitar. Go on, do some Spanish.
Well, it's pretty trope, really. Something like that.
Oh, that's it. Do you think Pick or Pencil's a gamer?
Oh, I'd hope so.
Because why don't you play something gaming related that you do a really good job of? I know something that you can play.
What do I do?
You do a good video game rendition of something very popular, a very big video game.
What do I do?
What do you mean, what do you do? You know what you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Go
It's
on
on PS4. It's an exclusive, and it's a big game.
then. Oh, that.
Yeah, that. Jeez. You've forgotten.
I need my special thumb pick.
You
for
do.
that.
You do for that. You do a real good job of that. That's good. That's good. Let's see if he knows what it is, though. Let's see if he can guess.
We'll see. Yeah.
Quiz time.
Get the mic nice and close.
The special thumb pick.
Okay. Ooh. Gentle. We should just do this every week, Sean. I'm having more fun.
We should.
Then it gets tricky, I think.
Tune to Pop Black.
It'll be worth a
I'm
pay.
guessing Pick or Pencil is not a gamer.
It's going to be worth a Patreon subscription, isn't it?
I think it is, if he knew what he was.
Yeah, I think he's probably found this channel via my snooker content, which is
Yeah,
now
I think he has. I think
my
he
snooker
has.
content has now migrated to another YouTube channel
migrated.
called Chin Chinny. So if you type in Chin
Chinny.
Chinny, but this is more about general video games. We're going to be playing
video
Phasmophobia
games.
on this.
Yeah,
channel.
yeah, we're going to play that again this week. There you go.
And so on.
That's it. It was good. That was good. Look, you see, that was the theme to Pop Black.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Oh, well, theme to the snooker championship.
theme,
Whatever. Copyright claim incoming, whatever.
Yeah.
We get those all the time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good that we'll get one of those.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think we're done, Stu.
I think we're done. Yeah. It's bedtime.
Let's get out of here.
Yes, yeah, let's get out of here. But thank you, Pickle Pencil. It's nice to have you along, I guess.
Guess so. Right.
And we'll see you sort of next time we're streaming something.
I'm gonna cut us off the stream, Stu.
Yeah, cut us off. Cut us
Bye,
off the
everybody.
stream.
Bye, everybody.